Golden Rams. Who's going to take gold in the SIAC this season? We find out this afternoon in the Birmingham area. Miles College hosts Albany State for the third straight time with that trophy on the line. Could not drop a better day for football in the Birmingham area. We take you to Fairfield, Alabama. Temperature's good, food is good, tailgating is out in full force for the SIAC Championship. Golden Bears looking for a three-peat in this league, and the Golden Rams looking to knock off their dynastic run. And with that, we welcome you to Sloan-Alumni Stadium in Fairfield, alongside the former All-American tight end Charles Arbuckle, Drew Carter on hand, and these teams know each other very well. This is the third straight meeting in this game.
Yeah, guys, when we talked to them before the game, you could get a sense that they know each other well. There's not going to be a whole lot of hidden things, trick plays, but the bottom line is going to be physical. You know they're going to get after it. And the team that won the regular season, Albany State, doesn't necessarily mean they win this championship game, and that's the beauty of watching this football game.
That's right. You throw everything out here at Charles. Albany State won 31-3 in the regular season, but at this point, that doesn't matter. Let's spotlight some players, starting with the Golden Rams offense. They're going to keep it on the ground, and they're going to stick with the running back, Marcus Fultz.
He runs hard. He's effective. He makes plays for him. Out of Powder Springs, Georgia, he gets better as the game goes. He's one of those guys that runs downhill, understands how to make plays. Didn't play last week, but is back this week and ready to ball. On the other side of their defense, this guy just plays very well. Came in at 170 pounds, 190, I think 195 when we saw him warming up. He looked really good. He's going to be around the ball every single time.
Stephon Pierre is the leading tackler in the SIAC coming into this game, and that dirty blue Albany State defense is really why they are here in this one. If Miles wants to counteract it offensively, they're going to keep it on the ground too. They've got maybe the best running back in this league in Dante Edwards, leading the league in rushing.
He runs hard, he runs effective, and I think the thing is when you look at Dante, you don't know if he can get outside, but when you watch him on tape, it's hard for teams to catch up to him. And oh, by the way, if you come up and you're half-stepping, he will run you over. I think that's what they love about his ability to make plays inside, outside, and in the pass game.
He's from Mobile, and Coach Ruffin says he'll let everyone know he's from Mobile. On the defensive side, their leading tackler is Andrew Gaylor.
Andrew Gaylor leads this team. They've got some other young up-and-coming guys, but he's a senior veteran and makes plays, sophomore veteran for him, by the way, but makes plays. But this defense has to play well against Albany State.
We are almost ready to rock and roll at Sloan-Alumni Stadium. Just a beautiful, crisp fall day in Sweet Home, Alabama. The skies are so blue, it's mid-50s right now, going to turn into mid-40s by the end of tonight's game, and the sun could set as well. They call him Coach G. Head coach Gabe Gardenia in his fourth season with Albany State. He's instilled a culture here that's pretty special, Charles.
You know, they've taken what they've had before and just kind of kept building on it. You know how you have a house, you have the foundation. I think that's what they've done, and they've really done a nice job of keeping things alive. We spent some time with coaches before the game, and in particular, Coach Anthony Kelly, who has been here for 30-plus years, and he talked about that. Coach G coming in saying, hey, let me know what I need to do here. Let me understand what the culture is here. Let me understand how you guys win ball. And they've done a nice job mending that and melding that together.
And those relationships have led to a lot of respect. And speaking of respect, head coach Reginald Ruffin commands it. For Miles just wrapped up one of the most successful decades in the history of this Golden Bears program. He's a three-time SIAC Coach of the Year. He led the Bears to their first championship in his first season back in 2011, All-American in North Alabama. This guy's a staple in this conference.
Oh, man, he understands how to play, has gone through adversity. We'll talk about it today, but also understands what it takes to mold these men. And, you know, the things that he talks about, we spent some good time with him today, just understanding how this team always seems to play much better when they get to this championship game. They don't make excuses. They just keep building and building on that. That's what I love about it, because when you have these D2 schools, you understand what they have to do to build the program.
It's funny, earlier in the press conferences this week, both coaches said, hey, the other guy just keeps inviting me back to the conference championship. It's their third straight meeting, 2018-19. They didn't play last year. No football in the SIAC. As we take you back to early October in this building here in Fairfield, Alabama. About a month ago, it was all Miles in the first quarter. They led 3-0. After that, 31 unanswered for Albany State.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Ruffin, and you watched it on film. They had a chance. It was 7-3 going into halftime, and then all of a sudden they turned the ball over, and the game got out of hand. And I think that was the big play there that kind of turned momentum for Albany State, and it just snowballed after that. And I think the real big key is who can run the ball effectively today, but also which defense plays better, because we know the Albany State defense is going to fly to the football. That dirty blue defense, they have that mantra. They understand it, even though they're in white jerseys today. But Miles College, Drew, they just really understand that when they get to this game, hey, all bets are off.
Now, Albany State's defense is really the story for this team, but they're going to start on offense as Jackson Spradlin will kick it away from Miles to Joe Shorter and Isaiah McCray for the Golden Rams. SIAC Championship underway in Fairfield. Shorter lets it bounce out of bounds, and we start with a flag on the opening kickoff, so good field position for Albany State.
I was going to say both these teams have played pretty clean in their winning stretches, but we get a flag right away.
This Golden Rams offense, they've won 7 games in a row, all of them in the SIAC, 9-1 on the season, perfect in conference play this year. Javon Woot, number 10 on your screen, is going to be a big weapon for them today, as he has been all season. And there's the quarterback, Deontay Banu, a redshirt sophomore out of Atlanta.
Yeah, they really need him to just settle down, play consistent, make some plays for him. I think that's been the big thing they need to have out of him at that quarterback position.
Marcus Folks, who we spotlighted in the open, is the running back. They fake it to him. Deep shot on the first play from scrimmage, incomplete. Through the hands of Ralph Lovett, the redshirt sophomore out of Savannah.
Well, I got the sense when we were meeting with the coaches that they wanted to go after the secondary. And that's right away. You could see that speed of Lovett. Shorter is probably the faster of the two, but they got some guys that can go get it just out of his hands. And that's the one that Banu has to hit. Those opportunities, when you get them, you got to take advantage of them.
And also, the coaches told us they were worried about him missing some throws. It's windy here at Sloan-Alumni Stadium. That one, though, Lovett might have been able to bring in on the first play from scrimmage. Here, Banu keeps and shows you the wheels from the quarterback position, and a solid gain on second down brings up 3rd and short.
His ball handling skills, Drew, are really nice. I think people only think of ball handling when you pitch, but the play fake, how he carries it out, we'll see what that does to that Miles College defense throughout the day. That time they were able to get around the edge. Good blocking by the offensive line and the tight end of securing that edge and giving them a nice yardage.
Both tight ends in motion for Albany State on 3rd down and 1. Banu gives to Folks, and Folks has a lot of room in front. 1st down and way more for the Golden Rams. Folks inside the 5, and he tiptoes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Pushed out by Coleman Jr.
That offensive line, that interior offensive line is doing a nice job right away. And it's behind McQuell, Harvey, Raymond Thomas. Look at that hole. I could run through that, and I can't run right now. Look at the tight ends even saying. Christian Grant says, I think it's a touchdown. Great effort here on the very end. Rodney Coleman of saving that. But look at that offensive line. Open the hole, and then you got Chase, and then this is a nice play right here. Even though Shorter's blocking, never give up on the play because you never know. Good job.
Folks is back in there after the big pop. Play clock winding down, and it's a timeout taken by Albany State.
Yeah, you don't want to rush down here. You want to make sure you have the right call and everything is what it needs to be after such a big play, explosive play.
Coach G taking a second to talk things over here, Charles. I mean, that's a little surprising, honestly, after that big run.
Oh, man. Well, I think you just look at this offensive line, and they had the 2 tight ends on the flank. And what it did is it just opened the hole. I talked about Josh Simon, Raymond Thomas, 72, and McQuell Harvey, but the tight end crew did a nice job. And you can see Christian Grant trying to say he's in. But that was a great hustle play because the thing with football is you look at the big play, this could be the difference. If they're able to hold Rodney Coleman from out of New Orleans, Louisiana, with the hustle, if you can save the touchdown and only give up a field goal, that can make a difference. Now, Miles College has to hold up because Albany State has come out right away and showed, we're going to come after you.
I remember Charles Arbuckle, the former All-American tight end, shouting out the tight ends blocking there. No surprise.
Of course.
I formation on 1st and goal. Folks had the big run to get him down here, and now he cashes in with the touchdown. Albany State strikes first in lightning fast fashion.
He only had one 100-yard rushing game on the season. I think he's really on his way, and that was against Morehouse. But today, he has come out and played well. 3 rushing touchdowns against Miles. Look at this, the physicality up front. I love it when white jerseys come off the ball. Even though Hardy's there, all the other guys are there, it doesn't matter. He's in for 6.
It was a 55-yard run by Folks to set him up at the 1, and they reward him with the touchdown. A 4-play drive, 65 yards, under 2 minutes for the Rams. Charles, we don't think of them as a dynamic offensive team, but that's what they did today.
That really was a nice drive. They can do it. They've shown you some of that. But for them to come right in here on the road and start like that, that has to be good for them. Miles College has to answer now. They can play from behind, but they don't want to get too far behind this Albany State defense. Again, you got to look at this run. It's just good blind. Look at when you have that pressure point and it opens up like that. I love this though by Joe Shorter. He's new, he's raw, he's a running back athlete. But the hustle and big plays, Drew, usually come from guys like that. Then that offensive line again, knocking people around.
Shorter usually uses that speed to catch deep balls. That time he used it to block for his running back, Folks. And then he finished off the drive with the 1-yard touchdown. And you mentioned it's going to be hard now for Miles. This is a steep uphill climb. Albany State allows 5 points per game.
They don't score. They don't let people score. But I have a sinking feeling, that Miles College is going to find a way to score today.
Difficulty with the return for Miles. And the Golden Bears hammered out of bounds. It's Darius Trujillo on the return for Miles, and they're going to be set up deep in their own territory.
Even on that kickoff, you can see how many white jerseys get to the football. We talked to Coach Rivez, Nick Rivez, the defensive coordinator. You're going to see it all game long. They bring it, man, and if you're not ready for it, Coach Ruffin even said that as a defensive guy. He says, I got a lot of respect for how they play defense. We're going to have to match that intensity.
Claude Newell III is the signal caller for Miles, the redshirt junior from right here in Birmingham, transferred from Lawson State Community College, was a really strong hoops player before he came over to Miles and became their starting quarterback. Dante Edwards is the leading rusher in this league, and he gets the call on the first play, and he falls forward for a nice gain on first.
Yeah, they do a good job. 69, Tyler Lowry is going to pull. You're going to see a lot of that today. But you talked about Claude. We talked to Coach before. He said his dad is harder on him than I need to be, which is good. Claude Jr. wants him to play at a high level, and I think you can see it. Former baseball player as well, can really sling it. Really good athlete.
We're just hoping the crowd mic isn't by Claude Jr. today, so we don't pick up any salty language. He's going to throw on second down. Plenty of time. That one is just behind his wide receiver, trying to find Cohen Hudson over the middle. Brings up third down.
Most dads are usually quiet. They are keep it inside that fire right there. That might have been one where he'd get a little upset because that's an anticipatory throw, a dig route coming in. All you have to do is just play a little catch. That's a big first down for him. Now you're in 3rd and 4, and this defense is going to dial it up a little bit.
Albany State averaging almost 4 sacks per game, tops in the SIAC.
See Pierre creeping in there, number 30. Then they kind of want to set and see. Newell will get a look, but they're still going to come with pressure with this Rivez defense.
That's Pierre right there in the A-gap. He comes on the blitz. Newell floats. That's caught! What a catch on the back shoulder by Marcus Lodge, their top catch guy this year, first down Miles.
Transfer out of Central Arkansas, man, went up and made a nice catch. And these are the throws that Newell has started to make later in the year. On that back zero, right? That's the only, this is one you want to do. Look at that ball coming right in there on that zero. Only he can catch it or it goes out of bounds. No chance for the defender to make a play on it.
19 yards for Lodge, his 18th catch of the season. That's tops on this team.
A lot of window dressing. They'll move guys around to get set up and try to move the defense around as well.
Back to Edwards on first down. He stood up right away. Anthony Harvey in there on the stop for the Golden Rams.
Yeah, we'll call his name quite a bit. 21 tackles on the year. But I talk about the window dressing. You move things around. Basically, this defense stays pat. James Hawkins came from the outside. Harvey came from the inside. They didn't move around. Those front four guys make a lot of plays on this defense. See, again, they want to check to the side. The defense isn't going to move a whole lot. They will come with pressure, but they try to stay base. Monty Kiffin principles. You've got some other things that he's learned. Justin Wilcox, John Chavis, the people that he learned defense from.
Newell flush to his right. On 2nd down and 9, the throw is there on target. Hauled in. Albany State sideline saying that's out of bounds, and it is ruled incomplete, so it brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was one of those. Newell threw it where he needed to, though. Low just didn't have enough inside. It didn't stay inside, but the receiver was too close to the sideline. Chris Brown had that toe out of bounds. Had he not, that would have been a catch. Chris Brown had first offensive play versus Tuskegee, had a 75-yard touchdown last week.
Yeah, he's a really dangerous guy. Chris Brown, usually you think run it, but he's the guy who can catch it, the leading wide receiver. 3rd down and 9. Here comes the heat, and the dirty blue defense brings down Newell. It's Malik Barnes on the sack for the Golden Rams.
Drew, Malik Barnes came so fast that Jalen King, 77, had no chance. He got under him, and he tried to hold him. He couldn't even grab him. He was coming off the edge so fast. Really high potential, very versatile, makes plays. We'll call his name a lot. That's why you don't want to get in 3rd and long against these guys. They pin their ears back and they get after you.
It's an ASU defense that's just a nightmare to play against. They're leading the country in both rush yards and passing yards allowed per game. That is spectacular stuff. Out for the punt for Miles, it's Jay Fitch, and it is a short one. Going to set up Albany State right near their own 30-yard line. So ASU strikes first with a big-time run. Folks finishes it off himself, and then the dirty blue defense is as advertised with a sack to get the rock back. Rams up early.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
Albany State's offense not really considered a quick strike scheme, but that's what they did with a 55-yard run for Marcus Folks, who cashed in later with a touchdown on the first drive of this game. And under 2 minutes in, Charles Arbuckle, the Rams led 7-0.
Yeah, they came and were aggressive, and then they were able to get Miles College into a 3rd and long and get this ball right back. And I think the real key is you want to have success on the road. It has to come from your running game and your defense, and already they've been able to do that.
It was 4 plays, 65 yards in a minute 44 on the opening drive for Albany State. A team that's built on its defense, but the offense struck early. Deontay Banu back to work for the Golden Rams offense. Over the middle, that's on target, and this could be a huge gain for ASU. Ralph Lovett, with plenty of speed, brings him in the red zone.
Great little combo route combination that they use. Tight end goes out, Ralph comes underneath. And again, just an explosive play. This is what they needed Banu to do. Look at this. He's throwing on time. You can see right there the defensive back takes a bad angle, and that's why man, huge plays are coming in abundance his first couple of drives. See, right there, Gradarius Brown, you have to be in line because you don't want to give up that big play. He's off too far, and part of it is pulled out by the tight end on the outside.
It was 53 yards as they go back to the ground, and folks, that one snuffed out right away by William Hardy, the freshman in that Miles defense.
Yeah, William Hardy started last week over Gaylor and also playing early today. This is why. 51. Watch him see the ball, attack the ball. But he also has his big defensive front, Kadarius Roberts, right there, who had his easiest touchdown you can ever have. Bad snap, fumble recovery in the end zone. Coach Ruffin said, "Hey, man, that was I said, "Yeah, that was a gift. That was a Christmas gift."
An early Christmas gift for Kadarius Roberts. It's a D lineman's dream. 5 on the play clock. Albany State on second down. Banu throws. This one's high in the air, and it falls incomplete. Trying to hook up with Javon Wooten, the senior out of Tallahassee. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that was really good coverage on that play. And you got to do that down here. These receivers, Shorter had 2 touchdowns last week, excuse me. They will attack you in this red zone area. They run the ball so effectively, Drew, that it sets up some of those passes when you get inside the 20 and going into the scoring zone.
Banu has to escape the pocket right away. Dangerous with his legs, but a nice stop in the open field for Miles. And Jamarius Brown brings up 4th down.
Yeah, one of those young players up front, the linebacker, Jamarius Brown, with a really nice job. That was a first down, maybe a touchdown-saving tackler. Look at 27 show up on your screen. Really nice job because there's nobody else back there. He would have picked up more yards, at least maybe the first down. Really good job by Jamarius.
So that brings out the lefty kicker, Gabriel Bainis, for a 34-yard attempt. And Bainis splits him. So it's 10-0 Golden Rams after just 2 possessions with the ball on offense. The senior kicker out of Guadalupe, Mexico, makes it 10-zip in the SIAC Championship.
This is the dimension of imagination.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Time for Reginald Ruffin and his Miles College Golden Bears. Albany State leads 10-0 midway through the first, and this is a Golden Rams defense that hasn't allowed more than 10 points since mid-September.
Woo. You know, they are playing at such a high level that it's almost like they want you to play on offense so they can show you how dominant they can be.
It's that dirty blue defense we'll get another look at here as Miles College heads back on offense, and nowhere to go for the Golden Bears. That was Cohen Hudson on the return. They're inside their own 20 again.
Yeah, the one big thing with Miles that they're going to have to do is keep a drive going. You know, Newell missed on that one play. They were able to get Lodge involved, get the first down. But the drives have stalled, and they need something where they can at least have one big play or a couple of nice conversions on 3rd down to put them in a position where they can keep a drive going and keep that offense on the other side.
Newell's got to burn a timeout right away.
Yeah. That's the one thing you can't understand. When you come out of a break and you're not ready to play. But it's better than having a negative play because right now you're in danger area with a team like Albany State. Yeah, they are aggressive. they play very well. Look, they don't give up much. And I think the biggest thing is that defensive mantra. 0 rushing touchdowns this season just blew me away. I mean, I had to fact check it multiple times. And when you talk to the folks around Albany State, they said this could probably be one of their top defenses in the last 30 plus years. And I talked about it earlier. Nick Rivez, talked about why. I asked him why. I want to tell you why. Relationships, they bonded and they gel. The coaches buy into each other. Their offense makes their defense better and vice versa. And those are the kind of things from playing football for so long, it almost gave me goosebumps because I've been there.
Albany State's defense is back out there against a Miles offense, averaging 28 points per game this year. They need to get it going, and that's not going to help. Dante Edwards is blown up by Eric Price, the bandit, on this Albany State defense. That's not what the Bears need.
Yeah, well, what you have to have is your defensive line has to be pissed off, so to speak. Eric Price, the defensive end, just comes right down the line, and he's able to make the play. But if he didn't make it, there were 4 others there. That just goes to show you're getting whooped up front, and you got to take it personal at that point because this offensive line is really good. They're not playing like it so far.
Newell over the middle, incomplete again. Marcus Lodge trying to hook up with his leading receiver. Here we go, 3rd down and 10.
Trying to throw it a little too hard as opposed to just maybe running and then just letting the ball go or take off and slide. You got to pick up yards because when you get in 3rd and long against this defense, they've shown you those edge rushers, Malik Barnes, Eric Price, they've got guys that will come and get you. And that's the part that bothers this Miles College offense.
It's the best 3rd down defense in the league. Hey, Charles, did you ever have a quarterback where you had to say, hey, not so hot on the passes?
I've had a few of them. Jeff George was one. Troy Aikman could dial it up, but he never really did. He knew how to throw it with the right velocity. He was a pitcher in high school as well, 90-plus miles per hour.
Newell's got a nice arm. He completes it to his running back. Dante Edwards needs to make a couple Rams miss. And he's brought down. It'll bring up 4th down. Jareed Turner in there on the stop for ASU.
Yeah, that was one where Dante wanted to get that 1st down. He tried really hard. And Newell took a shot at the very end of that. But the problem is that play before, the yards that they didn't get, is why they have to kick it on 4th down. If they pick up some yards on that last one, it makes it a more manageable 3rd down.
Brings out the punter, Jackson, or check that, Jay Fitch. To send it away to Javon Wooten for Albany State. Last one was short. This one's a low liner. Wooten's got a chance at a return, but he's swallowed up right at midfield. First quarter rolls on in Fairfield. It's all Golden Rams. They've got the ball back with a chance to add to their already sizable lead.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Resident Evil, welcome to Raccoon City.
What's happened here? People are getting sick.
Experience a new strain.
Umbrella poisoned this whole town.
Of evil.
It ends now.
Resident Evil, welcome to Raccoon City. Exclusively in movie theaters November 24th.
All day for football in Fairfield, Alabama. But so far the home fans not liking what they see on the field. It's Albany State 10, Miles College 0 in the 3rd straight meeting in the SIAC Championship. And the Golden Rams start with good field position midway through the 1st. Deontay Banu, the redshirt sophomore quarterback out of Atlanta, hands it to his top dog at running back, Marcus Folks, for a short gain on 1st.
Well, you saw those guys all pointing because the last time they went in this formation, that was a long run that Marcus Fultz had. And I think they were paying attention to that. They said, no, not this time, and they were really on the spot. They went out of flank with 2 tight ends, one on the line, one off, and they were trying to give him an opportunity to bust another long run.
It was the senior Nictavious Floyd. You saw him number 9 in black out of Phoenix City, Alabama. High school teammates with Justin Ross, superstar wideout at Clemson. Central High School in Phoenix City is a big-time power in this state. Another handoff, and this time it's no gain. Wrestled down in the backfield by Trey Giles.
Well, there's some really good players in both Alabama and Georgia. That's why even on the D2 level, sometimes you see guys that may have been at FCS or FBS level, but they can play, and that was one right there. Just coming up, Trey Giles out of Columbus, Georgia, making a nice stop.
Albany State 1 for 2 on 3rd downs this afternoon. 3rd down and 9 for Banu. Isaiah McCray is the running back to his right. Banu lets it rip. It's caught, but dropped immediately. Shorter on the catch for Albany State.
Yeah, really nice play.
Dante Brown
came up and really, he didn't give him any room to run. I mean, he broke on the ball. I thought he was going to pick it off at first. Shorter goes up high, very athletic, fast player. They're trying to teach him how to learn how to run routes. But right there, he went up and got it at the high point. But Brown out of New Orleans, Louisiana said, no.
Shorter was looking tall on that one. If you're a pass catcher there, Charles, what are you thinking? You're up in the air and you know a guy's coming at you.
You don't think about it. You catch the ball. My uncles in the backyard taught me that at 10 years old. I'm going to get blasted. I might as well catch it.
It's a fair catch from Anthony Robinson. Sets up Miles inside its own 10-yard line here. So now it's only the first quarter here, Buck, but it's kind of crunch time for the Golden Bears.
I think it is because that defense just showed you what they can do. Offensively, again, just positive yards. And I think the biggest thing is you're not going to do it all on one chunk. This defense isn't going to give you that. They're too stingy. But there are some opportunities, and you've got to take advantage of it. And I think we need to see that. And I'm sure the Miles College folks need to see it as well.
All of their drives have started inside their own 15-yard line, all 3 of them today. Play fake to Edwards. Pass complete for a short gain on 1st down. Big hit for Albany State. Jaree Turner in there to blow up DeAndre Harvey.
Woo, he came up fast and furious. You know, and everything is moving one way. They're coming back a little route down the edge. Tight end. We call it a line route. DeAndre Harvey, though, couldn't get his shoulders turned. Big guy versus little guy. He wins if your shoulders are not turned up where you can run. Good job.
Harvey 238, Turner 168. And the smaller guy like a speeding bullet with all that inertia.
But that's what they say. That's why I like this defense, because it doesn't matter their size. They just attack you like bees. I mean, they're in there every single time.
Edwards gets the call on 2nd down. And it'll be another 3rd down and long coming up for Miles.
But, Drew, I think the biggest thing they have to start thinking, we need to fight for every single yard. And Dante Edwards looks like that. If everyone on that offensive line and everywhere else starts to think like that, that changes the mindset. Right now, it looks totally like this Albany State Dirty Blue defense just said, look, you guys aren't going to get anything. I don't care if we're at your home or whatever. You're going to have to show us. And so far, Miles College hasn't been able to do it offensively.
Newell on the pump. Now he can run. He's a great athlete. He's got a 1st down, and it's much needed for Miles.
Yep, trust your legs. When that defense turns away from you and you have no one to throw it to, do this. This is what you need right here. Good blocking up front, but there's going to be pressure on the inside. Newell pulls it down. That's what you do right there. You had good block or a shield block, and then he's able to get close to the 1st down.
Now the Golden Bears crank up the tempo. Edwards around the left side. Edwards, a solid run on 1st down, should move the sticks again.
And if I'm Miles College, I'm in tempo mode right now. I'm not letting this defense get set. That's the one thing they need to do, because this Edwards is going to run it hard. He runs with explosion. He runs with speed and power. And he has really good vision for his size.
Back-to-back 1st downs for Miles. Here comes Edwards, picking his way again near the 35-yard line, and he is now above 1,000 yards on the season. I think right at 1,000 if they give him 3 yards for Edwards. Came in needing 24 yards today, so he is across 1,000 for the year.
Pierre comes up and makes a really nice tackle because that play looked like it was going to go for a lot more yardage.
Edwards really couldn't get anything going when they played back in October, only 14 yards on 12 carries, and now he gets a breather. Newell complete over the middle, another solid form tackle for Albany State defensively, and James Hawkins, the starting spur.
Tinch on the reception.
Tinch, tight end, coming across on a drag route. But again, this defense knows how to stop it and shut it down right there. Tinch is a big physical guy, but it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, 27, it doesn't, 22, 30, whoever it is, they're going to come and hit you with some authority.
You know a little bit about that, getting tackled low, the tight end.
Oh, man, that's why the knees are bad, ankles, lower back, all of that. All those defensive backs and linebackers, man, all those years.
Play clock winds. Miles gets off the snap. On 3rd down and 6, they keep it on the ground, but Brandon Hicks, the freshman running back,
Sold the carry out to the 41-yard line.
and it is enough for a first down.
Tackle by Hill for Albany State. First down, Miles Collins.
And part of it is Christian Twyman, 71. Watch him pulling. He's going to get a good block right there on the edge, and then that's just enough. And you know, when you have good young running backs like Brandon Hicks, we talked about him even a little bit before. That was a good run because he kept his legs going, he kept that drive, and you have to do that in order against this defense. It's like they may let this clock wind down into the second quarter unless they get this play off.
Miles runs one more before the first quarter is over. Tinch tried to make a nice one-handed catch, the tight end streaking across the middle, and it falls incomplete.
We're next to the Miles booth. Their coaches are upset because they thought there was a late hit on Claude Newell. This defense is going to hit him hard now. And Tinch, I thought, was going to come up with that one with the one hand. Cedric Pearl, the offensive coordinator, spent some time with talking to him last night. He was first year here. He's just really excited about this. It looks like he's finally starting to figure out this defense a little bit. He said it's going to be tough, but we'll figure this out. And you can see right there that little start. They want to see what the defense is going to give him, see if that'll adjust, and that allows him to change. He has some authority to audible, and you can see him there making decisions at the line of scrimmage.
Newell evades some pressure. He's not getting out of that one. Albany State with another sack to close the first quarter. And bringing him down is Derek Davis, the Bandit, a preseason first-team All-SIAC member. 2 sacks for the Golden Rams in the first quarter. And Albany State has been as advertised so far. They lead 10-0 at Miles College in the SIAC Championship game.
Resident Evil, welcome to Raccoon City.
This is the Umbrella Corporation. For your safety. For your safety. Await further instructions.
You need help? You need help.
Resident Evil, welcome to Raccoon City. Exclusively in movie theaters, November 24th.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Arnold Ruffins, Miles College Golden Bears have knocked off the Albany State Golden Rams in 2 straight SIAC championship games. Right now, ASU has come into Miles' building and put it on them in the first quarter. 10-0 ASU as we enter the second. And we start with a 3rd down and 16 for Miles. Claude Newell, the quarterback, sets up the screen to Dante Edwards, the leading rusher in the league, and he can catch the ball a little bit too. Solid gain on 3rd and long. Sets up 4th down and a potential conversion for Miles.
Yeah, whenever you have a defense that flies around the football like that, this is a great play to call Just a screen. Just slow them down. Offensive line getting out in front. They love that. The big guys want to go hit somebody. And then that allows Edwards to just find an opening, and he does a nice job of doing of that consistently. That's why they're going to go for it on fourth here.
And before they do, timeout defense and Albany State. So that dirty blue defense leading the country in yards and points allowed wants to talk it over.
Yeah, but I'm starting to get a sense that this Miles College offense is getting a little comfortable. No matter what happens on this drive, they've made some strides. They've really been able to get some things going. And this is a key fourth down right here. You want to talk about defense. If you love defense, you're going to see a lot of it here. Guys flying to the football. Malik Barnes right there with that sack. And then just coming up, not letting Edwards get going. 4 or 5 guys rallying to the football. And then, oh, by the way, quarterback, we'll all hit you. We'll all get there and get some love, whether it's Derek Davis, Jalen Pugh, and Stephon Pierre always seems to be around the football. 3-time SIAC Defensive Player of the Week. He just shows up, brings his lunch pail every game.
The top defense in Division I is Georgia.
Yeah.
Top defense in Division II. Just go a little bit farther south in the state, you find Albany State.
Yeah, they know how to play some defense.
Looking to hold here on 4th down and 3, but Miles College, after the timeout, decides to kick it away. So Jay Fitch, the punter, sends it bouncing out of bounds near the 30-yard line for Albany State. Golden Rams back on offense, already leading by double figures in the SIAC title game.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
I'm coming home, baby.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
Ollie in the front, party in the back for that young fan here at Miles College. Golden Bears down 10-0 in the SIAC Championship. That's an impressive mullet.
That is. We call it a shag if it's more on my side,
okay.
But if it's on your side, it is a mullet. So, oh, man.
Good hairstyle for the fans here at Sloan-Alumni Stadium. Solid crowd for this conference championship as Deontay Banu dials up the deep ball on the first play of a new drive. It's complete. It's Joe Shorter who's wrestled down inside the 5. Another huge pop for the Golden Rams.
The biggest thing about it, a flag down on the play, so this may be coming back. But the real key is the ability to dial it up is what they wanted to do. They want to get him down the field and make a big play. Now let's see if it's going to go against the defense.
Here's our first time hearing from the referee, Lou Satrian.
Man,
it's the first penalty today, right?
First or second? Did we have one earlier?
I don't think so.
The
Pretty
first
clean
one,
game
yeah,
so far.
yeah. Oh, it's an opening kick. The very first, yeah. It's like a person's face. I might not always remember your name, but I can remember when a flag was thrown against me. And I remember a face. That right there was what we expected to see. And that sudden change offense.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Defense, number 57. Penalty will be forced half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's against the first team all-conference player Jalen Thomas in the play stance.
Yeah, that is tough for him because he's coming. And then just a nice throw by Banu to get it to Shorter, who's got so much speed. This defensive backfield is going to be challenged. And Shorter, with that explosiveness, still learning the receiver position, but he got down the field and made a huge play.
Deontay dropping dimes.
What did he say about him needing to relax and settle down and throw the ball down? He was 5 of 18 the last time they played each other.
Looks pretty relaxed to me.
He does.
67-yard completion down to the 3-yard line. They go on the ground, and they score again. It's Cam Ward, second rushing touchdown today for Albany State and the Golden Rams, and Coach G feeling it in Fairfield.
You know why this is a huge play also, Drew? The win for them is at their back and coming out right away. No sun in your face either. You go the other way, sometimes you can get blinded by the sun. That was perfectly called and executed, and you have to connect on those. You have to connect on the deep passes. Wow.
It's a great point about the sun, Buck, and they told us pregame that Banu, he overthrows guys sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got a big-time arm.
He said it's hard for him to overthrow shorter.
Right.
But with the wind to your back, the sun out of your face, all of those things you think about when you're in warm-up. That's a huge thing when you have big-time plays. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, championship games, that is. Shorter for 6. Almost 6, and then they score right here, make it 17-0. Albany State really putting it on Miles College.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Has 194 total yards today. 175 of them have come on 3 plays, which set up short rushing touchdowns. Last one by the guy on your screen, 24, Cam Ward. And the Golden Rams aren't just trying to take this SIAC Championship trophy from the Golden Bears. They're trying to do it in emphatic fashion. 17-zip in the second.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we talked to Miles College folks, and they've been in this position where they lost the game during the season and been able to come back and really play well. But what they're not doing is capitalizing on offense. And even when they get field position, it gets flipped. This Albany State offense and defense is playing at a high level. They have not given up anything in the special teams game. Every phase of the game, you have to play well when you travel, especially when you're trying to win a championship. They're doing it all today.
Gabriel Baenas kicks it away. And it is fair caught by Cohen Hudson for Miles College. So the Golden Bears are going to have their best starting field position of the day on a touchback. They started inside their own 15 the other 3 times.
Yeah, Drew, I mean, you know, we looked at each other when we saw that ball in the air, and you could just tell Shorter pulling away from the defensive backs. Now, Miles College has to find a way. You know, that Golden Bears offense has to, you know, they've been in hibernation. They need to wake up, man. You know, if you're playing for the championship, here is where it counts. You're in front of your home crowd. You've got an opportunity. You've got to get some things going offensively.
Claude Newell III, the quarterback, back to work in the shotgun with Dante Edwards, the leading rusher in the league, off to his right. They do give it to Edwards around the left side. And he slips down, brought down by Derek Davis, who had a sack in that first quarter.
Well, just really solid defense, man. They just stay in position. They don't get outflanked much. And when you do have a chance, you've got to capitalize on it. That was very good defensive play, just being in position. And lining Dante Edwards up, who can usually run over somebody or run by him, but not right there.
So, Buck, Miles likes to lean on the run here. Down 17. Can they still do that?
Well, they can lean on it some, but they've got to complete passes when they drop back. That's what they haven't been able to do consistently. And Claude has to get comfortable in the pass game.
Edwards just eaten alive again. Albany State is there. Brendan Manuel, number 0, along with Stephon Pierre, number 30, bring him down at the line.
You know, if you're not going to resort to long passes, just some short passes, really get guys where they can turn around and make a play, or just hit them quickly and set yourself up, because this defense is not going to let you just sit back there and take 5 steps, 7 steps. They're going to get after you, and you can see it now, another 3rd and long.
Miles 3 for 6 on third downs today. On the rollout, Newell throws on the run, deflected, incomplete.
And a lot of that now, a lot of those conversions, now that 3 of 7 became on one drive. They really haven't been able to move anything. So this time we say, let's make the field shorter so they have to come run after the quarterback. But look at all those defenders knowing, stay level. 1, 2, 3 guys. Look at all those white jerseys. Great defense because the sideline is there. That's going to be your defense. And then you got 4 people in position. This defense plays really well, man. I'm just telling you, they're well coached. They understand where to be. And they also know how to attack you when you're anywhere around.
Jay Fitch out to kick it away for Miles. Javon Wooten calls for the fair catch. More good field position for ASU. By the way, great play there by a great player, Coemba Jones Jr., the safety, on the pass breakup.
Yeah, he flies over there and makes a nice play. But what it does is it puts, again, Albany State in a position where I would say they're going to keep attacking. They've scored points last week, 57. Which is a number for them, and we'll talk about it, that's special to them. But they have been able to really dial up some scores over the last few weeks.
Gabe Gardenia, an offensive coach. He's back home in Alabama, a graduate of UA. Spent some time on the staff with the Crimson Tide under Shula and Saban. 2 pretty good names in football coaching, I'd say.
Very much so. And you can see some of those principles, especially with Saban and some of the things that they're able to do, the process.
Banu looks like he wanted to go deep again. Plenty of time as Banu escapes and just skirts out of bounds.
I told you they were going to attack. I don't think they're going to hold back on attacking this offense, or this defense, excuse me.
And Joe Shorter ran about 70 yards in like 7 seconds, and now he's got to come back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was interesting just hearing his progression and how he's become a much better player and athlete, and some of the things that he's doing. You know, Ralph Lovett, another one that can just jump out of the gym and wants to do it. So maybe doesn't always have to do it. Javon Wooten always wants to jump, but athletically they have a really experienced and athletic receiving core.
3 on the play clock for Albany State. They get the snap off on 2nd down and 7. Here's another shot for Banu, and that's picked off. Just what the doctor ordered for Miles College. Rodney Coleman Jr. with the interception for the Golden Bears.
Drew, I was going to say they need something to happen on defense, and that was a huge play by Coleman. He was able to get back there, and that was probably an ill-advised throw by Banu, trying to get it to Javon Wooten. Ball just kind of hangs in the air. And this was a very nice track down by the defensive back, Coleman. He looked like he was being the receiver, and you had Gradarius Brown also trying to attack the football. But that's what you need. You need something to happen and turn the tide on this Albany State offense, which had been attacking.
Second pick of the season for number 2, Rodney Coleman. Both coaches said this week that that's going to be a key to this game, is who hangs on to the football. That's the first turnover today. Miles looking to take advantage. That pass from Newell, incomplete, trying to find Marcus Lodge.
They just don't seem to have. We talked about this earlier. When you watch Newell, he's a rhythm guy, and some of his passes have just been off. If you're Miles College, call things that just get him comfortable. Just short, quick throws to get him back into a certain rhythm.
He's 4 for 10 today. You got to think that Claude Newell Jr., Papa Newell, who is vocal, isn't liking that. Now he keeps it, and he's got a man wide open. Pass complete, 1st down, Miles.
A good example of a play I'm talking about. He rolls out, he has his receiver set up, and then all he has to do, he can see his body. See, he's coming back to him, and then he's able to make a nice play by Cohen Hudson. Really nice throw, really nice catch. Hudson with 8 receptions on the year coming into today's game out of West Charlotte, North Carolina.
That one went for 18. Newell throws again on 1st down. That pass caught once again. And it's Hudson again.
See the rhythm again. We're talking about he's finding a certain receiver and finding a certain thing that just gets him comfortable. Quarterbacks need it too. Linus has a security blanket, but a quarterback has to find a receiver that's going to make a play for him, and he sees one here. And this is the thing with Newell. Can he continue to do that against his defense?
Edwards on 2nd down and 6. Edwards bottled up again. Big loss, and the dirty blue defense swarms.
Yeah, that was just a nice play there, attacking the football. Coimba Jones doing a nice job coming up. The junior out of Miami, Florida. He was in the backfield before Edwards even got the ball.
He's a safety. It looks like he's playing D-line.
Well, they had him hugged up to the line, and he was coming hard as soon as the ball was snapped.
Through a loss of 4, it's 3rd down and 10. Newell throws on the drag. That's complete. And again, it's the open field stop by James Hawkins in Albany State.
You know, football is an interesting game. Do you stay in position? Are you an alignment assignment? Do you flow and do you feel right? These guys do it all. James Hawkins right here. Look, all those white jerseys know it's 3rd and long. Where do I stay? Inside, outside. I'm coming up attacking you. 27, James Hawkins is right there. Brandarius Rawlings is right there. If he catches it, there's nowhere for him to go. And that's what they do so well. They fly up to the football and make sure you don't have anything there.
And that was Chris Brown on the catch, who leads the league in yards per catch. Not an easy guy to bring down in the open field, as Fitch is out for his 4th punt of the day, averaging about 30 yards per kick so far. And again, feel like a broken record, Albany State has good field position.
Both of these defenses are really good. I just think on the back end, you look at Miles College, they've had some injuries, they've got some different guys in there. Mitchell Smiley, let's talk about him. He hasn't been able to play. He was a linebacker for him, played even defensive end, but they moved him to safety. He's no longer playing. So if I'm Albany State, I'm going to attack where they've lost some of their key people.
Yeah, Smiley, the preseason player of the year defensively in the conference. You know, neither one of these schools played last year, and what's going on here?
You cannot go and pull the ball. What are you doing?
That's Cameron Sneed, the redshirt junior defensive lineman, just flicked the football.
I've seen that on the playground, but I've never seen it in a game.
No wonder there are 3 flags out there.
Yeah, he did not want them to snap the football, and he just went over and pulled it away.
Lou Satrian, our referee, is saying, did he really just do that?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So was Reginald Ruffin.
And he said he had to.
Prior to the snap, dead ball, delay of game, 14 of the defense. 5-yard penalty remains. 1st down.
It's only a 5-yard penalty, but he's trying to get them to stop, and he just says no. He goes down. You can see 14, Cameron Sneed. I'll take the 5 yards, I guess. But he really needed, they were looking for a substitution. They didn't have enough players in. They only had 3 down linemen. Now they needed 4, and that was the biggest issue, and he was trying to let the coaches know that.
5 yards better than 75, right?
Exactly.
So now 1st down and 5, and Albany State keeps it on the ground as they're already ahead of the sticks, and that's Fulks, their leading rusher.
Yeah, I've seen defensive linemen get down there, and I played with Tony Saragusa, so anything can happen with him. And I know he messes with centers, but I've never seen a guy go and knock the ball out of there. That was great. We may see more of that now. Kadarius Roberts with a nice tackle. Again, had a huge touchdown last week. Big man score.
Yeah, the transfer from Jacksonville State. Big news for JSU recently. They're going up to FBS. On 2nd down and short, Albany State has the 1st down and a little more with the tight end Christian Grant. You know, Charles Arbuckle loves seeing the tight end get involved.
Yeah, they got 82 and 81, so it's always nice wearing an 81 before, like Derek Davis. But this is a nice play here. Line route again. We called it lion when I coached. Just throw the ball there and let the big man rumble a little bit. And you usually like it on this hash because he's running away from the defense if he catches it on the other side.
Why'd you call it a lion route?
Run down the line.
Oh, line, I got you. I thought you said
But
lion. I was like,
we called it lion
okay.
in case we ever audible to it.
And another big play for Albany State on the ground. A big chunk for Marcus Fulks. Move the sticks again.
It's interesting you say that because sometimes things will come up and you'll say, why do you name those things? It's just because you're sitting around in coaches' meetings. I hope he's okay. He's down right there.
Now, folks missed last week.
For injury.
Did not play in that romp over Fort Valley State. We'll check on him. Hope he's okay. He's a big piece in this offense.
He really is. Like I said, only one 100-yard rushing game this year, but he has really been able to run the football today effectively.
Folks with 6 for 60 today and a touchdown. Had a 55-yarder in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, again, what they do is you see them go with that zone play, and then he's able to find a hole and cut through it. Maybe just hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him, but he is able to run effectively, and I like what he does when he gets in the danger area. He'll tuck that ball away. 4.8 yards per carry. Good out of the backfield, will catch the football. A really dynamic weapon for him. But Cam Ward also is a really good player for him as well.
First down shot for Albany State. Behind the receiver, and it's picked off.
Yeah,
Golden Bears have it. That's Andrew Gaylor, the linebacker, and their leading tackler who's got the football. Not totally sure what happened, but Miles has it.
He was covering on a route with Isaiah McCray going down the sideline, almost what you say a wheel route. So what you're going to see is the ball's going to pop right up to him. You see he's in coverage, Gaylor, and the ball pops up. Good heads-up play by Gaylor. Look at
what
that.
I found.
Hey, usually linebackers don't have great hands, but that was a great recovery by him because he's in position. It might have been a catch. Isaiah McCray couldn't come up with it, and excellent job by Gaylor.
Wow, that is tip drill next level
That
for
is.
Andrew Gaylor.
That's a huge play for him, again, to get the ball back for their offense, which hasn't done much with it today.
2 interceptions now for Miles College. Trouble with the exchange, and Derek Davis blows it up in the backfield.
Yeah, this offense is just, they've got to find a way to just get something positive. Right there, you have your back coming in front of your quarterback, and it allows Derek Davis to just come off. See, he can't get the ball cleanly, high snap, and then that discombobulates the everything right there. Dante Edwards is coming in front. He can't get the ball cleanly. Derek Davis says, hey, I'll clean up. I'll be the cleanup man on this one.
That dirty blue defense smells blood.
Yeah, they come after you, man. And the biggest thing is you need to back them up, and Miles College hadn't been able to do that consistently today.
Flag before the snap, and Miles is going to be backing up again.
False start. Offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
Well, they've had 2 games, Miles College, where they've scored 50-plus points, but against Central.
Correction.
Early,
Second down.
Central State, and then Tuskegee last week. They're a long way from 50 today, and they're going to have to get going quickly because this offense for Albany State is not going to stop.
Second down and forever, and the Dogs come home again. Jalen Pugh lights up the quarterback, Newell.
Yeah, Newell's taking a beating today, and I think what you're going to have to do now is draw play, make sure you don't lose any more yards here, a little screen, something easy, because this offensive line is getting beat really badly. That time it was Tyler Lowry, who's usually pretty dependable, but Jalen Pugh out of Jonesboro, Georgia, just runs right by him. 1/2 a sack on the year, that'll give him another sack. He's been involved in a couple of others today. This defensive front, man, we haven't even really called Brendan Manuel, who also just makes a lot of plays, but they're just getting after him.
Newell from his own end zone on 3rd down and 30, short completion. Marcus Lodge steps out of bounds, and the punt unit will come out.
That was a
again
flop.
for
That was
Miles
a
College.
flop, man.
Oh, here we go. A little hot mic action.
We hit an official. So they're saying that was a flop. Sounds like NBA or a little soccer.
Soccer, maybe.
Oh, yeah, somebody got a hold of his mic. Coach Ruffin can't be happy. 3-time SIAC Coach of the Year, 3-time All-American in North Alabama.
And this is not a guy who's going to quit.
No.
You know, he was telling us pregame that
Yeah.
he almost transferred away from North Alabama, but he came on back, ended up as a 3-time All-American.
What did his daddy tell him? No, you can't come back here. His mom put dad on the phone, and she said, "You're not coming back." He said, "No." He stayed, and the rest is history.
Now he's hoping that his team can come back here. They're down 17-0. Albany State has the ball again in Miles College territory in the SIAC title game.
We need the owner.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Moving is endless. Want some water?
This is yours.
Thanks, Dad.
There's more to it.
Find the perfect present at the one place that has all that you need.
Miles College looking to make it back-to-back SIAC championships. And last time this game was played back in 2019, it was in Albany. Golden Bears went in and took it from the Rams, and it wasn't really that close.
Yeah, it was one of those things where this Miles College team knows how to win championships. They were able to dial it up and go into an opposing place, similar to what's happening to them today. Albany State is really bringing it to them, but they were able to finish that ball game effectively.
Heck of a game for Dante Edwards, dancing through defenders. He scored all 3 touchdowns for Miles College, and Coach Ruffin got another SIAC championship and a Gatorade bath. Times were good for the Golden Bears then. The script has flipped completely here in Fairfield today. Albany State back to work offensively. Ball's on the deck, and it's the 3rd turnover of the game for the Golden Rams. Bears force a fumble, and Trey Giles has it for Miles.
Yeah, this is a big play. This is what you need, and wow. Just coming up, making a nice play. Cam Ward, who we talked about being an effective player, doesn't hold on to the football. Marcus Fulks, remember, had been nicked up. So the last few plays, we've seen Cam Ward with the fumble, and the play before that, Isaiah McCray with the tip ball that Gaylor was able to come away with. You got to capitalize now. That's 2 turnovers back-to-back by this Albany State offense, which is giving you basically gifts. If you don't take advantage of it now, with 3:40 left before the half, you're putting yourself in harm's way.
Huge play for Trey Giles, the grad student out of Columbus, Georgia. 3 turnovers for Albany State. They're still up 17, though. And Miles has to burn another timeout. Second time we've seen that today, starting off a drive with a timeout.
How can you not be ready?
Miles calls.
I don't know what Coach Ruffin is saying, and it's probably more. it has to be.
It's probably saying, guys, I'm so excited to see you over here on the side.
DeAndre Harvey looked like he was supposed to be in the game and wasn't there. And they run a lot of 2 tight ends, so Montravius Tench and he usually go together, 12 personnel. And I hope it wasn't him, but it looked like he was not there, and they have to burn a timeout. But those are the things you can't do. You have to make sure you're in position that everybody's accounted for.
Takeaways, but his team is still down 17-0 despite the +3 turnover margin.
Well, that's part of the fight that he talked about, and knowing the ebbs and flows of football. It can quickly change, but you got to do something to make it change. It's not going to change just because you get a turnover or this or that. You got to make it happen.
Claude Newell III wants to throw on first down. He does, and it's complete. Golden Bears down inside the 10 with Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown had a huge play. It looks like it's going to come back. There was a flag on that play.
Here's Lou Setry.
Holding, offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And that was Eric Blair, the right guard. Yeah, 55. Look to the side of you, to the right. Oh, yeah, when you get your hands around that part of it is his leverage, but also part of it is, too, not being able, when they kind of stunt like that, it's hard. You just got to make sure you stay low and keep your hands inside, not grab them across the shoulder pass.
It was a bear hug from the Golden Bears right guard, working against Brendan Manuel, which is a tough assignment for anyone.
Yeah, Brendan Manuel's a really good player.
All right, so we'll try it again on first down. This time, first down and 20. They go to the ground with Dante Edwards, and that ASU America leading run defense is there again. Malik Barnes, the first one there on the stop.
Anytime you get a positive thing, you lose some momentum when you have a hold like that or just something happens. And part of it is this defense is making it happen. They're putting pressure every single play, and that's who they are. That's how they're built.
Dual hands again, Edwards, this time to the right side. Man, that Albany State defense just flies around. James Hawkins, 27, is there first.
Yeah, he was there first, and Pierre comes right at the top. I mean, Hawkins, 27, has shown you in the pass game, but also right here in the run game. Two blockers are there. He hides, and then he comes over, and then Pierre comes over. I don't know if Hawkins gets enough credit. Only 10 tackles coming into today's game. Part of it is he's getting to play a little bit more now that Anthony Leroy is out.
Looking for the first down. It's complete. What a play by Chris Brown, who says, you wiped away my big play on the first play. I'll get you back with a third down conversion.
Yeah, Chris Brown likes to make big plays. 28.3 yards per catch coming into today's game. But right here, look at him climb the ladder. Nice job. Jaree Turner didn't have a chance at that one.
Under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Miles College looking to build a little momentum heading into the locker room.
They need to score here. It needs to be 7 and not 3.
Could be a 2-for-1, too. They get it first coming into the second half.
And this again, they give him some latitude to make changes at the line of scrimmage.
Newell throws, right side, another completion. That's Marcus Lodge who slips down.
Yep, and remember, they've already used a few of those timeouts, only one left. Both teams have used a huge amount of timeouts already. Both teams have, yeah, it's what is interesting is they have to get things going. They're going a little bit too slow with the timeout situation.
45 seconds in the second quarter. Newell throws. Lodge had a step. Little contact. Everyone here wants a flag.
That should be a flag. DB got away with one there. And Lodge may have to sell that a little more. You know, you got to act a little bit. DeShazio Williams is going to grab him when he walks by him. And then again, Claude Newell gets hit. James Hawkins, was grabbing him as he runs by down the field. Claude Newell gets hit late and just gets clobbered at the very end.
Newell's taking a beating
today.
today.
He is.
Miles 4 for 10 on third downs in this first half. Newell keeps, and he's got speed, and he's dragged down by his shoelaces. It's Barnes again, who's been everywhere for this dirty blue defense.
Yeah, now it's 4th and inches. They have to go for it. They need the first down. Again, man, they make you. Well, they gave them the first down. They did have enough. Initially, it's saying on the other side that it was a 4th down, so the clock stopped. But the clock is still running.
Clock's still rolling here at Sloan-Alumni.
The officials have to get on top of this.
Yeah, they've got to put some time back up on the clock.
Yeah, there was about 15 seconds that ran off.
Probably going to be about 30 seconds on the clock, maybe 34 seconds.
It might have even, it was. I thought it was at 30, could have been at 34, but it was just running down. And instead of them setting the clock and moving the chains.
Clock operator, please put 30.5 seconds and start the clock on my ready signal.
I looked up at the clock. I thought it was 30.5 or 31, so they better get,
Wow.
Hey,
Who needs a clock operator?
Because Homer Smith, who wrote the book on clock management, I had to learn under Homer as a freshman. Now turn the clock. This is where you know the clock has to be at a certain point because you only have so many seconds in a football game. You better get it right. And they still haven't changed it. Okay, there we go.
Now we got 3 minutes.
0.5
yeah,
on the clock.
But the offense has to be ready.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. If you're Miles College, get ready because as soon as he moves away, the clock starts. Be ready to go.
Yeah, the chains are set.
Yep.
We're ready for action here in Fairfield. Clock's rolling, under 30. Newell throws, and he's brought down again. It's Brendan Manuel, another sack for Albany State. Their 4th of the first half.
When I talked to Cedric Pearl last night, he says he will flash on film.
Timeout of the half.
Offense has to know where he is, and he shows up. Only 2 sacks on the year, but he makes a lot of plays, and he's in that interior as a nose tackle. Very athletic. Only 5'11", but, man, he gets after you. And see, this
is just a killer.
Yeah. Well, the biggest problem is if you're Miles, you wasted a lot of those timeouts early when you came out of a break and you weren't ready. So now you lose that ability. Only thing that saves you now is if you get first downs. But when you have a big sack like that, that pushes you back against a defense that's already shown you they can get after you. And they've been getting after him every time he drops back to pass the football.
Ball's at the 33 right now. Keep in mind, Miles College's kicker, Jackson Spradlin, who we haven't seen yet today, his career long is 50. He's 7 for 11 on the season. It would be about 50 yards right now.
Yeah, and this Albany State defense with 4 sacks, a lot of hits on the quarterback, but 4 sacks. They just, anytime they have to dial it up, they are able to. They haven't had to do it with a whole lot of blitzing either. They may send 1 extra, but a lot of times it's been 3 or 4 down line.
That's the case here on 2nd down, and Newell's under pressure again, and he goes down. 2 flags fly in after the sack.
Yeah, Brendan Manuel just cannot block. He's not going to be blocked. Eric Blair there again. Either him or Tyler Lowry are going to be called for holding. And he's short in stature, so you got to get low. That's the other thing.
Yeah, Manuel 5'11", 255 out of Laurel, Mississippi.
Eric Blair 6'5", 320. This is a good point for a young player.
Offense, number 55, 10-yard penalty. Penalty is declined.
Watching it up here, you can just see it develop each time. Yeah, watch 55 in the middle of your screen. He's not in position, and whenever you get out of your cylinder, like offensive line, like coaches like to say, you have no chance because your body's too big. Eric Blair's coming with all that speed. Brendan Manuel's coming with all that speed.
See, Claude Newell is saying the clock should be stopped, but they declined the penalty. So the clock keeps on running, and that closes the book on the first half, as of now.
Yeah.
Clock operator, please put 13 seconds on the clock. 13
I
seconds.
feel like I'm listening to a New Edition song instead of Mr. Telephone Man. Mr. Clock Man. There's something wrong with my line. Can you put some extra time? Every time we see it, Mr. Clock Operator. We're going to know his name at the end of this game, unfortunately.
I don't think he wants us to. Last gasp here in the first half for Miles. Lodge is there up top. It's incomplete. And here goes the clock again. It should have stopped. There's going to be about a second or two still on the clock. So, Mr. Clock Operator, are we done? The Golden Bears are going to the locker room.
That concludes the first half.
All right. What do I know?
I think Miles College just said, you know what, let's get the ball in the second half and lick our wounds and come back and make some adjustments.
Miles College tried to score late in the first half. Albany State picked him off. They scored, and After that, it was all Golden Rams.
Yeah, it's been tough, man. It just, this Albany State team just knows how to play, right?
All right, Gabe Gardenia is here in his 4th year with Albany State, looking for his first SIAC championship. Coach, you're up 17-0, but 3 turnovers. What do you think of the first half?
Yeah, not real happy, to be honest with you. We're just turning it over. We're not taking care of the football. All right, we got to execute a little bit better. We got to do the fundamental things right. All right, we got to just be a more fundamentally sound football team right now. We got a lot of improvement to do here in the second half.
Coach, on the other side of that, your defense has really gotten after this Miles College offense. How do you keep them playing at such a high level?
Oh, I think we've done it for all 11 games we've played. We're just doing what we do. We're playing hard. We're tackling well. We've obviously got a lot of good players over there, and our guys just love each other, and that's just how they play every week. They just play with a mindset of, hey, run to the ball and be physically brutal when we get there.
Gabe Gardenia, 30 minutes from a title. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Albany State is all over Miles, 17-0. 3 turnovers for the Golden Rams. Just doesn't matter. Only number that matters is 17.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Moving is endless. Want some water?
This is yours.
Thanks, Dad.
There's more to it. Find the perfect present at the one place that has all that you need.
Is at halftime. It has been all Albany State Golden Rams up 17-0 at Miles College, looking to take that trophy back home to Georgia. And we are glad to be joined now at halftime by President of ASU, Marion Ross Fedrick. You got to be having some fun down there, right?
We're having a lot of fun down here, and the band's on the field.
The band is on the field. This is how it should be here with this high-class college football game. You know, you guys didn't play any football last year in 2020. How's it feel to be back?
It feels wonderful to be back. I think the students are doing a great job actually reacclimating to the whole university and to sports as well, and so I'm very proud of them.
You know, President Fedrick, we're here on ESPN. You guys are playing in a conference championship.
Yes.
You're up 17-0. What does this do for your university?
You know, I think it takes it, again, to the next level. Our students have had a really hard year, just kind of getting back into class full-time. But I think from an athletic standpoint, it shows them and it gives them that confidence that they can do what they are here to do. And they are great athletes with great character.
And this team specifically has been through a lot of adversity in the past couple of weeks with the loss of Adonis Butler. What have you learned about this team and the university over the past 2 weeks?
You know, I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that our students are all in for each other. They have supported Mr. Butler's family. It was amazing to see them in that space as they went through their grieving. They helped the family go through the grieving as well. And what I think has happened is that they really pulled together even closer, and I think that whole character really came out for our team.
That's a proud president right there, Marion Ross Fedrick from Albany State. You got any X's and O's, tweaks you want to make in the second half?
Not a bit. I think they're doing wonderful.
It's working out so far. 17-0 at halftime. Hey, President Fedrick, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Second half coming up on the way. SIAC Championship game, 17-0. ASU on top of Miles.
Okay, JV, good game. You gonna be on tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, see you later.
Pass it, pass it!
Yes! You wanna play one more after this?
Yeah, one more. Got him!
Yeah!
Oi! Keep it down! No, you keep it down!
Sorry, neighbors.
I can't stand mine either.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Championship, Miles College looking to make it 3 straight league titles. They've got some work to do in the second half against Albany State, but we're here at Miles College, and now it's a pleasure to be joined by the president of Miles College. It is Miss Bobby Knight. President Knight, thanks for being here. And, we didn't play football last year here in the SIAC.
Right.
Now the championship game is back at your school. How's it feel to be back?
Well, we're delighted to host the game here. I wish we were up, but I think it's going to get better after the half. So,
President Knight, I think that's a good question that Drew led with, because you're 37 years at Alabama Power Company working in different areas. How did that help you with the COVID situation in the college setting?
So, that's a great question. So one of the things in an electric utility company, particularly when you own a nuclear plant, you get accustomed to nuclear drills, you get accustomed to getting ready for tornadoes and hurricanes. And so my entire career was basically focused on preparation and storm recovery. So I just looked at the pandemic as another storm.
President Knight, we just spoke with President Fedrick from Albany State. What does it mean, you guys think, to have 2 woman presidents here today representing your schools?
Hey, girls rock, right? I know Dr. Fedrick. She's an amazing leader, and she, too, has a background that's beyond the academic and education field. So we have a little bit in common. But I think it's wonderful. I love seeing women moving into these roles. Obviously, I think we do it pretty well.
And, you dress really well, too. You got the shades, which are purple. And how about that bling around your neck? What do you got there?
This is the 2018 championship necklace.
It took you a second to remember which year. You've got so many. It's just
I
hard.
wasn't here in 2018. I do have the 2019 one, but it's so heavy it leaves marks on my neck.
Heavy is the head that wears the SIAC championship ring. Well, President Knight, thanks so much for having us today, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, second half is on the way. Miles College looking to dig out of the hole, 17-0 Albany State. Second half is on the way. Golden Bears get it first when we come back.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Moving is endless. Want some water?
This is yours.
Thanks, Dad.
There's more to it. Find the perfect present at the one place that has all that you need.
President of the Atlanta City Council, I would like to congratulate the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, which is headquartered here in Atlanta, and Commissioner Gregory Moore for their historic contributions to intercollegiate athletics and its fervent commitment to protecting the health and well-being of its student athletes during the COVID-19 pandemic ahead of the conference's 2021 Football Championship. Under Commissioner Moore's courageous leadership, the SIAC was among the first conferences in the NCAA to suspend its athletics to follow the CDC's COVID-19 guidelines. As a proud graduate of conference member Central State University, I was delighted to see the conference resume the season's full schedule in adherence to the CDC guidelines without any cancellations. Thank you for a job well done. Enjoy the game. And as president, on behalf of all the members of the Atlanta City Council, I'd like to issue this proclamation in recognition of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the members of the Atlanta City Council, and on behalf of the citizens of Atlanta, do hereby recognize the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference for being a leader in safeguarding the health and well-being of student athletes and for being such an important part of our city's cultural fabric and athletic spirit. Thank you.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
We're at the half of the SIAC Championship. 17-0 Albany State on top of Miles College. Glad to be joined now by the head coach of the Golden Bears and the three-time coach of the year in the SIAC, Reginald Ruffin. Coach, first half, you guys down 3 scores. What do you think of the first 30?
Hey, we just can't give up the big plays. You know, we gave up too many big plays, big run, big pass. You know, we just got to settle down. When we've been settling down, we've been getting turnovers. Offensively, we just got to sustain drives and protect the quarterback. You know, we've been having some guys just missing assignment, and we've been paying for it. They've been doing a good job. So I just told the guys kind of relax and come out the second half. Hey, it's 0-0. Let's just take it one play at a time, one series, one down, and let's get back in this game.
Coach, what specific adjustments will your offensive line have to make to stop this defensive front that's coming with pressure, but sometimes 3 or 4 down linemen?
Well, they just bring in 3 at a time, 4, maybe 5, but they're doing a good job of mixing it up. You know, we just got to, eye protection, whether it's max or whether it's slide. Our guys got to just understand who their responsibility, what their responsibility are, who they got, and just block the guy. And just just come back second half and let's play ball.
All right, Coach Ruff, we're not going anywhere. We know you're not a quitter. You got a steep hill to climb. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's head coach Reginald Ruffin from Miles College. They've won back-to-back SIAC championship games. Albany State on top, 17-0. As we welcome you back to Fairfield, Drew Carter, Charles Arbuckle. And what do you think? What do you think adjustments they have to make?
I think they have to make some of those adjustments, but I also think they have to have their players make plays. And Newell just has not looked comfortable. There was a stretch 2 or 3 completions in a row. He has to continue to find that, but also find some running game because they're not able to run the football. This Albany State defense is what it's been advertised, and they're taking everything away. But to his point, keep some things going, get them out of 3rd and long, and make sure they can sustain some of these drives.
We'll show you how it went down in those opening 30, that dirty blue Albany State defense you mentioned, Buck. I mean, they've been as advertised, but it started on the ground on offense for the Rams and Marcus Fultz.
Yeah, Fultz right away just takes the ball early in the first quarter and then able to score it right there. And then Shorter, who we knew was going to get some deep throws, was able to come up with a huge one, and then they were able to score again. And I think that put them on Miles College on their heels. And then the other thing is, this is the only thing that's helped them. Their defense has really made some plays, even though Dante Edwards can't get going. But again, turnovers have kept Miles College in the game. They get the ball first. They have to come out and stop this right here. And if they're going to win, they're going to have their defense continue to make those plays, but they have to block this front 4.
Yeah, 4 sacks in the first half for Albany State. You know your defense is good when your offense turns it over 3 times, and you've still allowed 0 points. Miles has -1 rush yard.
Yeah, that's the one thing we expected that Miles would be able to do is run the football. Their rush offense has been really stout all year, but against this ball club, Albany State, they have not been able to figure it out.
And it really just comes down to the sacks
for
Albany State.
Yeah, I was going to say, some of the negative yards always fall up into the rush yardage. So that plays a big role when you've had 4 sacks.
Yeah, Dante Edwards has got to be saying, hey, man, I got 27 yards on the ground. But it's the sacks for Albany State. 5 sacks, most allowed by Miles all season. And Albany State's been getting after Claude Newell. But Miles starts with a rock here in the second half, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. So Golden Bears here back to work on offense, and Feels like they need something quick here, Buck.
They really do. I mean, they've got to strike and sustain a drive. And I think that starts it so your confidence gets back. The body language told me they weren't feeling it in the first half, but maybe they'll relax, come out and play, and see what Cedric Pearl can dial up, the offensive coordinator, to make them make Newell feel comfortable. Like we know if he gets into that rhythm, it seems like he can always make plays.
Coach Ruffin in pretty good spirits when we talk to them.
Oh, yeah. He never seems to – he seems to be even killed whenever you watch him, no matter what the score is.
Newell's going to throw on the first play of the second half. Oh, it's on the money and in and out of the hands of the tight end, Montavious Tinch.
Seems like every time they have a play to be made, guys aren't making them. This is usually a dependable receiver. Takes his eyes off the ball before it gets to him. Tinch has 11 catches on the year. He has one today, and that's a catch for you. Those are the kind of things that happen when you're struggling on offense.
Newell now at an even 50% on the day, 10 for 20. They keep it on the ground on second down, and Brandon Hicks is twisted down immediately by Josh Hill. So here comes another third down and long for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, the place they don't want to be in the first drive, they end up again. And, you know, that's been what we've seen all game.
They were 5 for 12 on third down in that first half. 7 of them were of 9 yards or longer.
They had that one drive where they had about 2 or 3 third down conversions, and that's been really where we've seen them go 5 of 12.
Newell to throw. Unblocked rusher, sack number 6. Anthony Harvey in there naked. No one touched him.
Yeah, you got to pick up everyone. And then Anthony Harvey, again, whoever lines up right now, Eric Blair is just not comfortable. He's just not. And whoever lines up on him is finding a way to the quarterback. That becomes one of those situations where you say, if you want a sack or a stat, here's the guy that you're going to get it against, unfortunately. And he just has to figure out a way to get comfortable, because one-on-one matchups are going to happen on the interior.
Jay Fitch out to kick it away again for Miles after a 3-and-out to start the second half. Javon Wooten lets it bounce, and it takes a good Golden Bears roll. Still solid field position for the Golden Rams. Already leading 17-0. Dirty Blue defense does its job again to start the third quarter. Back to work is the offense, led by Deontay Banu next.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
There's cheese on a burger, and then there's cheese on a cheeseburger. Too much? Nah, don't miss the Red Robin Cheese Lovers lineup.
Red Robin. Yum.
Fans feeling pretty good early third quarter in the 2021 SIAC Championship game. Golden Rams have lost the last 2 of these games in 18 and 19 against the Golden Bears of Miles College. Coming back out and dominating here in Fairfield. Back to work on offense. First possession of the second half for Albany State. Deontay Banu, the redshirt sophomore from Atlanta, hands it off on first down to Isaiah McCray, the running back, who makes something happen close to the sticks.
You've got a bevy of backs. Fulks is out. We haven't seen him since the first half. Cam Ward or Isaiah McCray, but again, this offensive line blocks well, and McCray seems to be a little bit shiftier, former walk-on.
And now there's an injured Golden Bear right near midfield, and it's a bad sign for Miles College. It's William Hardy, the redshirt freshman from right here in Birmingham.
Yeah, he got a start last week. Has played pretty well out of Ramsey High School. 34 tackles coming into today's ball game. Said he's been playing really, really some good football.
And I should correct myself. He's a true freshman. Ruffin told us pregame he doesn't really believe in red shirts. Sometimes, you redshirt yourself, but if you're a guy like William Hardy, you can force your way on the field.
Yeah, and he talked about, it was just interesting, the transfer portal and all of those things. He said, look, we're development. we have to develop our guys here. And that's what they feel like they do a really good job of, whether they get them as transfers from other places or if they're homegrown, so to speak, more like a William Hardy.
William Hardy, the injured player for the Golden Bears.
Good to see Hardy walk off. Back to work offensively for Albany State on second down and short after a solid gain by McCray, who's still out there to the left of Banu. Back to him on second down. And they move the sticks again.
The ball carrier.
And McCray just brings a little bit different pop. 8.5 yards per carry because he only had 11 rushes coming into today's game. But what he does have is just a little burst. Gets through the line, really nice blocking up front, and he'll glides by you.
Those are his first 2 carries of the day, and he's got 17 yards already. Back to him on first down. Dragging defenders. McCray's impressive right now.
Yeah, he is. You got, like I said, you have 3 of them that can really come in and play, and he's done a nice job. But again, this offensive line running behind the right side with Jawan Gordon and Katre Pringle along with Michael Harvey. Pringle's high football IQ, number 77, really has probably some potential to play guard or center in the league, according to the folks at Albany State.
Banu lets it rip. Left side, Shorter's got speed. That one through his hands. Incomplete. Oh, look out.
Pass is incomplete.
He's so fast he can't even keep his feet.
I was thinking that. Shorter just ran. He and Brown have been going at it all game, even after the play. But, yes, ball goes right through his hands. Probably would have been out of bounds, but right when he gets to the sideline.
He's got to get some skates over there on that purple surface.
And then Brown goes and pushes him after he gets up. I love it. He's like, yeah, okay. If I got you a one-on-one again, I'm going to get this one.
Shorter had a 67-yard catch in that first half. Third down for Banu. That's complete. First down, Albany State, and plenty more. Javon Wooten on the catch, the senior from Tallahassee.
A little small in stature, but they say he can really run. He wants to always jump when he catches the football. But that time, he catches the ball in stride. And even right there, wants to get up in the air a little bit. Show you a little like a quarter horse. Like, I want to show you how sweet I am.
20-yard gain for Wooten. Down to the 24-yard line of Miles College.
It's the beauty of talking to the coaches before when they give you just a little nuggets on guys and what they, that's what makes teams so special because you get the nicknames, you get to understand how the guys react and understand how to play the game.
Banu completes on a short pass. And a big-time gain for Tyree Taylor. First time we've said the freshman's name. The sticks keep on moving.
Yeah, he's more of their H-back guy at 5'11", 218, but you can see some speed there. Another play down the line or lion, and then he catches it. And look at that speed. The thing I like about that is he turns right away. That's why he can wear 11. He still thinks he's a running back a little bit, even though he's an H-back. He's growing into the H-back. Nice play by Taylor.
He's in motion on first down and 10 from just outside the 10. Back on the ground, and McCray's blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, really nice play by Jamarius. Well, no, not Jamarius Brown.
It's Cameron Sneed in there.
Look at this. It's just, well, really nice play by Sneed, cleaning up Octavius Floyd. We got the sun we're fighting. We got some numbers that are a little bit dark. You got a lot of things, and they're in the shade right now. But I love it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 28 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Lou Satrian calls it against Dante Brown, the freshman DB out of New Orleans.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. You can't have those penalties after you have such a nice play, a tackle for loss.
So it's a first down for Albany State with goal to go. about the jumbo set here for the Golden Rams?
Everybody big on their offense that they can bring in a big body. They got them.
3 to snap it for Banu. And now ASU burns a timeout. Albany State back in business on offense. 1st and goal coming up after they talk it over on that road sideline.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Wait, is that a baby on the field? Defensive linemen are playing peekaboo.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Harris is off to the races.
But we could all use more ways to save.
Touchdown!
Golden Bears versus the Golden Rams in the SIAC Championship game, and it is Golden Hour here at Sloan-Alumni Stadium in Fairfield, Alabama. Head coach Reginald Ruffin taking advantage of that lighting with the sun setting here in the Birmingham area. 1st down and goal for Albany State's offense. Isaiah McCray, the running back, and he's going nowhere, nothing doing, thanks to Kendarian Jones, the linebacker who comes in to make the play.
Well, if you're a Mays fan, it's the golden time of day, and that was a golden time of play on the side. I mean, that was just a huge – those are the plays that this defense needs to make in order to walk away with 3 instead of 7, or maybe none. Really nice ball play there.
It's James Sawyer Jr., the starting safety, number 38. Looking on as his defense looks to hold Albany State out of the end zone. Banu, complete, touchdown ASU. Tyree Taylor, the freshman out of Florida, into the end zone, and the Rams on the board in the 3rd.
Yeah, nice little wrinkle. Tyree Taylor has come in and really gave this offense a spark, because you even said it during the break. This has been the first sustained drive they've really had. It's been explosive plays. And this time, they get him on a drag route. He's able to outrun the defense. Just kind of get lost back there. Good job by Tyree Taylor.
Tyree Taylor, an interesting guy, came to Albany as a quarterback, still listed as one on the roster, but he's playing that H-back, tight end, wide receiver, hybrid position as Baenis knocks through the extra point.
Baenis is
a little selly, huh?
Real good player, too.
Potential NFL kicker, playing for ASU out of Guadalupe, Mexico. But for Taylor, that's his first touchdown of the season. Comes in a big spot.
Yeah, he just drag route. You love this as a tight end. Your eyes get big because you see all that green grass. You know, you have a guy chasing you. If you can just catch the ball and secure it, you're going to catch it for 6. And Banu with a nice throw puts it right on him. And again, I think this Albany State team really hadn't had a lot of sustained drives, but that one there made a big difference. They started running the football, and they get it in the end zone again, and it really puts pressure on Miles College now. They're down 24-0, and with this defense, the way they can pin their ears back, just makes it so much more difficult.
It's $1 million smile on number 11. Do you have a name for that route he ran, by the way?
That was just a drag route.
Just a drag.
Yeah. He started on the line of scrimmage, worked his way about 5 yards, a little drag route to the other side.
Caps off a 9-play, 65-yard drive in almost 4.5 minutes for the Golden Rams, and it's 24-0 on the road in the SIAC Championship.
Yeah, this offense has to find something positive, and I don't think Albany State wants to change what they've done. 0 rushing touchdowns this season. Defense flies to the football. They come with some pressure, but they don't always have to. They can dial it up with 3. And Eric Blair, who's normally a dependable player, is just not having a good game. And you're trying to slide and protect him, but that also leaves other people open as well.
The numbers on ASU's defense are really stunning. It almost looks like a typo. We'll get into some of them in a second as Claude Newell looks to throw on the first play of the drive, and that falls incomplete. Good coverage from DeShazio Williams.
Yeah, I mean, right there, opportunity to hit it just a little low. And those are, each drive we've kind of seen, there's been drops, there's been just a missed assignment. There's all kind of little variations, but whenever you give yourself more yards to make, so to speak, it's so much harder on offense. I think this Albany State has flexibility. You can see James Hawkins, 27 there. He can line up and they can move him around. They have different guys that they can just put in places and attack you from those areas.
8 in the box on this second down run. Doesn't pick up a whole lot of yardage with Kingston Davis on the carry. You see DeShazio Williams. We hope he's okay. He's a freshman from right here in Birmingham. Went to Pinson Valley High School. Indians a big powerhouse here. Big win over Oxford last night in the playoffs. And a good defensive play. Not really sure what happened to him.
Yeah, something wasn't right when he
He's
got
not
up.
sure.
Yeah, well, right when he got up, he was just like, yeah, something's not right here. And sometimes that happens. You just get up and you're like, no, that doesn't feel right. Let me go see. Let me go check on this real quick.
Another 3rd and long for Miles. Newell scans. Newell tucks right near the sticks. He's crunched again by Malik Barnes, who is going to be living in the nightmares of Claude Newell. It's 4th down and short.
Well, and that was one situation where Newell just take it and run. Make the decision and go get that first down. Right here, the indecisiveness here. I would just take off and go because this defense is going to fly to the football and they come with a pack and a punch. And don't allow Malik Barnes, who is a high motor guy, makes plays all over the field, attack you like that.
And the coaches told us that Malik Barnes kind of reminds them of Grover Stewart, who's now playing in the NFL with the Colts.
Yeah, he flies to the football, man. Every time you turn on the tape, he shows up. 2 guys they were worried about, 7 and 0, have both showed up today in a big way.
Before the 4th down attempt, timeout, Albany State. So that's the second time we've seen that today. You see Coach G, whoa, he is livid. Don't tell him it's 24-0 for his guys.
Well, the thing, too, these guys have played with a heavy heart with Adonis Butler. Talking to him about having to go to the funeral. I always talk about what we do on the field takes us away from, having to worry about things off the field. But it was not a good situation. You see 57 there. And, you and I talked about it, and it's just so difficult for him and his family. And you appreciate when guys care about you and love you, and just a sad thing for that organization and program.
Yeah, if anyone isn't aware, Adonis Butler was a sophomore linebacker for Albany State. He was walking on campus last Monday on his way to football practice when he was hit by a bus, pronounced dead on the scene. It's been a couple weeks, and ASU has really rallied around him. They crushed their biggest rival, Fort Valley State, last week. Final score 57-0. Adonis Butler's number, 57. They took a knee after their last touchdown on the extra point.
Those are the things that give you goosebumps, and this team is playing that way. Coach Ruffin has experienced some loss as well, so they were, close to this. They played each other so much that they know, hey, how that's feeling, and you want to win a ball game, but you know how much it means to the Albany State program and the family. Our hearts and prayers are with them.
And we see Coach G going after the officials right now. I mean, as we talk about this story, it's kind of fitting to see that because everyone in this program says that they've thrown themselves into football as a way not to distract because they want to memorialize Adonis, but as somewhat of therapy for this entire program. They did give Miles the first down, so they don't have to go for it on 4th, and they keep it on the ground for a short gain on 1st.
But Coach G was just showing you there, like he thought it was short, wanted his defense. I mean, that's kind of how they played. They played with that edge all season. Valdosta State is the only team that really was able to do anything with them in the rest of the season. And look, let's face it. You look at a black college, you have a white guy coaching. That's the other thing here, the kind of the elephant in the room. But I think Anthony Kelly, who's been here 30-plus years, and the other staff members said, look, he's come in and said, hey, I want to build this program on top of what you guys have, the foundation that you have, and that's why they keep things similar. And I think the fans appreciate that, but the players do as well.
A lot of history here. 15 championships, looking for 16 today. And what Coach Kelly was telling us that I found really interesting is, Coach G doesn't shy away from the fact that, he's a white man coaching at an HBC, and he asks questions, and he says, "Hey, check me if I'm ever out of line."
And a lot of times people come in and with thinking that they know, but he is like, "No, I need to know my blinds. I need to know what I need to do to make sure everything is done." And you can tell that, when Kelly was talking about that, he's been around this place so long that it wasn't, just I'm talking and paying lip service. This was some sincere discussion about what they've been able to do as a program.
On 3rd down and 6, Newell keeps it. He slides down near the marker. There's a flag on the play. And now another one after the play.
Yeah, each time we've seen it in this area, it's been a hold. They just can't. They have not been able to manage this defensive line.
Yeah, 6 sacks plus a bunch of holding penalties, too.
I can tell you why, but it's a lot of whys.
Yeah,
and
right.
Part of it has just been one-on-one situations, and even if you try to slide your protection to certain players, it doesn't help.
There are 2 fouls on the offense. Holding, number 55, 10-yard penalty. After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 55. That is number 55's first unsportsmanlike conduct towards disqualification.
So it's Eric Blair.
Replay, first down.
It's Eric Blair on both fouls. We got to think they're going to take the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there.
Yes, they will.
Just a rough day for Blair.
Yeah, that's frustration. He's played really well for him. Tyler Lowry is the main guy in the middle, but I think they're going to compound this and take both because it's a dead ball.
For the dead ball.
Yep. So it becomes 25 yards.
Now 7 penalties today for Miles for 53 yards. Disciplined group, usually under head coach Reginald Ruffin. Now they're staring down a 3rd and 30. Newell on the deep drop. Finds Chris Brown on the sideline, snuffed out right away by Coemba Jones Jr. And here comes the punt team again.
Yeah, football is a team game, but sometimes you get in those situations where you just have a bad day at the office. And that's kind of what's happening with Eric Blair, because when you watch him this year, he's played really well, a young player. But for whatever reason, he has not been able to hold up against his defense, and that's some frustration coming out of him.
Jay Fitch comes out for his 7th punt of the day. Last one was 44 yards, his best of the afternoon. Javon Wooten back deep to receive it for the Golden Rams. Or watch it bounce. Helicopters out of bounds. Just inside the 40-yard line. Albany College about 20 minutes away from coming into Birmingham and taking that thing back to Georgia. 24-zip Albany State over Miles College.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
It's perfect, right? It's perfect. No, you know what? A few more. Hey, check it out. We gotta get these lights set up.
Dad!
At Lowe's, we put our decorations and gifts out early, so you can make the most of the season. It's all at the one place that has everything you need.
Head coach Reginald Ruffin and his Miles College Golden Bears looking to make it 3 straight SIAC championships today here in Fairfield. Maybe not so much. Albany State has other ideas. You know, they've beaten Albany State in the last 2 SIAC championship games, and it seems like the Golden Rams came out with revenge on the brain.
They really did. I think it's just been one of those things, too, where this team has played so well over the last few weeks, and you thought Miles College was getting healthy and starting to play well also But when you have 3 turnovers and you come away with 0 points, that's tough to overcome that. You know, it's just been one of those situations where Banu has been able to throw he's had some huge plays also.
Here, Banu hands it off in a big hole up the middle for Isaiah McCray, and the freshman has a first down.
McCray, you know, the thing that you see with Division II or Division III players, guys at the next level, they may be undersized or they may have something that doesn't show, but this one thing shows. He can run the football. And when he gets out in open space, he doesn't waste time.
McCray, the freshman out of Powder Springs, Georgia.
But they also play with a chip on their shoulder. And when they make it to the next level and play at this level, you can tell, hey, I might have been doubted for a long time, but I'm going to show you how good I can play this game. I also think it's good because it gives guys an opportunity to play. I mean, I do a showcase in Charlotte, and Terry Donahue kind of turned me on to it with Phil Camp, the Houston showcase, which for unsigned seniors. They get one day to come out and work out, and maybe they don't have anything, and it's so rewarding to see guys get those opportunities and watch Division II players like this compete.
Three straight carries for McCray. Wow, stays on his feet and picks up the first down.
Look at the leg drive. I mean, you know, McCray is getting his chance today. And again, like I said, a former walk-on. So look at this. He's going to get this ball. Good blocking right there. Okay, the balance, the explosion, the speed. I'm not going down. You guys are going to all have to hit me. You may have to bring people off the bench to bring me down. And I think that's the mentality that this group plays with. And he also has that chip on his shoulder. Like, yeah, I'm going to show you. He's intense. I love it.
By the way, it was 51 William Hardy on the stop. Good to see him back out there after the freshman was down with an injury. Banu gives. Here's Cam Ward as McCray gets a breather. Gang tackling from Miles College. And, you know, talking about putting guys in the pros from this level, Buck, I mean, Grover Stewart, we mentioned him already once today. You know, it's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Guys can go from this program to the league.
The beauty of it, though, is not even if they don't make it to the league, because it's hard enough on any level but to get your degree, get an opportunity to, you know, that's the big thing. Because it always amazes me that there's still kids that have family that may be the first generation to go to college to get the degree.
Back to the ground with Cam Ward. And we talked with head coach Reginald Ruffin from Miles College today, and he said a line I really like that I've never heard before, which is that there is no transfer portal in real life. Sometimes you got to deal with adversity and just figure it out.
His story about calling home and his dad saying, "No, you're not coming home. You better just stick it out."
Yeah.
You know, that is so true.
They got to stick it out here as they try to stage a comeback against the Albany State Golden Rams and that top defense in America.
You know, they've tried to move around and confuse Albany State, but Albany State has just been pretty consistent on getting the ball down the field.
Banu to throw on third down on the run. That's complete, just short of the sticks. He has his man Ralph Lovett, the redshirt sophomore out of Savannah. So here comes fourth down.
Tackle made by Brown for the Golden Bears.
I think they're going to bring the jumbo package in.
They've run 22 times for 135 yards today. Coach G says, why not? Gabe Gardenia was an offensive coordinator under Jamie Chadwell at Delta State. Chadwell now with Coastal Carolina has become a national darling. Banu on the give. First down, Golden Rams. It's Cam Ward. Check that, Isaiah McCray, who breaks free and backpedals home. Touchdown, Albany State.
Yeah, he just found a way, man. I'm telling you. Isaiah McCray was running so effectively, and that's kind of a gift. Hey, you did a nice job on this drive. We're going to give you a doggy bone. And this offensive line, look at that, locking folks up. And just look at the leg drive, and then when he comes out, okay, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Yes, I get in for 6.
Beep, beep, beep.
Backed up like a bus. Hey, but you know, the beauty of that is when you run hard and you get rewarded for it. And that was a nice cap on that drive by him.
30 yards to the house for Isaiah McCray, the freshman out of Georgia. Bainas adds the extra point, and it is all Golden Rams here in Fairfield.
Yeah, look at this offensive line again. Just when you have those white jerseys pushing everything back, and then you have your own offensive lineman, Juwan Gordon, almost pulling you along, that looks like that's going to score. Just really good blocking on the interior. And when they bring in those big guys, you can see 82, Christian Grant, others, tight ends, just getting involved, and then Derek Davis coming to celebrate with them.
7 plays, 63 yards, just over 4 minutes for Albany State. My question, Buck, is how is this guy a walk-on at the start? No one wanted that?
Maybe a late bloomer.
Maybe,
maybe he just hadn't played a whole lot of football. That's a lot of different factors, too. Sometimes, you get on a high school team where you're behind guys and you can't. Powder Springs, Georgia, probably, so many different factors. The why, but for him to get here and then be a part of this ball club and make plays for him, that's the beauty of it.
Bainas' kick bounces. Picked up and brought back for a short return by the tight end, Montavious Tinch.
To your point, I can remember in college we had a guy, Mark Eswick. Eswick walked on. He was our fullback. Eswick was blowing people up every single day. The linebackers finally told our offensive coaches, you better put him on scholarship. And Swicky, I've never heard as loud of collisions in one-on-one, and he was able to do that consistently. And it was just one of those things. He got a scholarship, played well for us, and the rest is history. But I can remember the first few days we saw him. I mean, we were thanking him for coming over in those ISO drills because he was blasting linebackers on a consistent basis.
Claude Newell is back out there, and his first pass sails out of bounds.
Yeah, Claude just never seemed to have gotten into that rhythm that we talked about, but part of it is his offensive line had struggled most of the day, and like I said, they weren't able to make some plays that they had available to them. And so when you do that, you don't give yourself a chance to sustain drives. You don't give yourself a chance to get things going, and then all of a sudden it turns on you.
Newell throws. Receiver wasn't looking. Trying to hook up with Cohen Hudson, who was running up that seam. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
And he had got connected with Cohen Hudson on a drive where we thought he was going to start getting comfortable.
10 yards remain to 3rd down.
This defense has just been really good, man. They, from a standpoint of not allowing any touchdowns this season, shutting teams out, they've been dominant.
The Albany State defense allowing 5.2 points per game this year. Tops in the country by a country mile. This is Miles' 9th 3rd down of at least 9 yards. They're 2 for 9 on those. Lots of 9s. None of them good for the Golden Bears. Newell throws on the run. Up top, incomplete. Just out of the reach of his speedy wideout, Chris Brown.
Well, and when you're doing this in this day and age of football, attention is going to start being paid to you. Nick Rivez, frauds. His dad played a long time in the league as a kicker. He was under, John Chavis as a player, Monty Kiffin. Learned under those guys, Justin Wilcox. But he just really understands the defensive game, and it seems like his players, it's not about scheme like we talked to him about, but it's more about my players. And they do. They play hard and they play fast.
And just to put a bow on that walk-on conversation, nice punt here for Miles College and Jay Fitch. It's his 9th punt of the day, and it's going to roll all the way inside the 5-yard line, where the Golden Bears down. And just to wrap up the walk-on conversation, you know who else was a walk-on? Defensive coordinator Nick Rivez. There you see him. He played at Tennessee, ended up in his last season with the Vols with over 100 tackles. One of the best walk-ons maybe in Vols history.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're a really, really good football player and you learn how to play and then you become a coach, you learn from, look, he's still coaching now. He's still in there working. And that's the thing. You want to make sure your guys get it and it's solid. And being a good coach is being a good teacher. And it seems like that's what these guys have been able to do, understand where to be and be there with, be there with a certain physicality and a ferocity that each time they come and hit you, they've been there.
Albany State keeps it on the ground. Go ahead, Bub.
And it's interesting, Reginald Ruffin, head coach on the other side, a defensive guy as well. He can't say how much he admires it, but he told us, these guys are good, man. They get after you, and knowing that, what it's going to take to beat that. And you're trying to convey that to your players. Does it always translate? Not always.
A lot of respect here between the coaching staffs. It's their third consecutive meeting in the SIAC Championship game. And it looks like this one's going to have a different result from the previous two. Miles has won in 2018 and 2019. They're at home today against Albany State, but the Golden Rams have barnstormed Sloan-Alumni Stadium. End of the third quarter, 31-zip.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays, or the first snow. The holidays start when you say they do. That's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early, or 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. So make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
Start of the fourth quarter in the SIAC Championship between Albany State and Miles College. Golden Bears hosting, and they just turned the lights on here at Sloan-Alumni Stadium. Thank you, Daylight Saving. It's 4:30 local, and the sun is setting. Gotta love that.
Teddy Prendergrass said it best. You're a little too young for that. Turn off the lights. Yeah, the sun is about to fade away and the lights are coming on. I won't sing the rest of it. It's a little bit,
come on,
late night. I can't
let's
sing.
Hear the pipes, Buck. 4:30 is too early to sing that song?
Yeah, that's an in the shower one.
Hey, Miles fans are going to want to take a long shower after this one, wash off the stink of a big win for Albany State on the road, barring something miraculous for the Golden Bears here in the fourth.
Yeah, on paper it looked like it was going to lead to this. We thought it would be closer just because Miles had started playing some really good football after their loss early in the year. But Albany State just found a way. It's hard to beat a team twice, but they've been able to kind of figure that out and ratchet it up another notch.
Jaden Sullivan is in the game at quarterback for Albany State. On third down, it'll have to wait. He gets a tight end for the Golden Rams. Tight end. Timeout for Albany State. We'll take one as well. Come back and see if the Golden Rams can salt away an SIAC championship.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
It's perfect, right? It's perfect. No, you know what? A few more. Hey, check it out. We gotta get these lights set up.
Dad!
At Lowe's, we put our decorations and gifts out early, so you can make the most of the season. It's all at the one place that has everything you need.
Head coach Gabe Gardenia of the Albany State Golden Rams looking to knock off the big bad Miles College Golden Bears, who have owned the SIAC for the past 3 years, 2 straight conference championships. Right now, all Albany State 31-0 as they go to the backup quarterback, Jaden Sullivan, a freshman out of Winder, Georgia, just outside Atlanta. Sullivan puts it on the ground and recovers it himself. Dangerous time for the Rams, nearly their 4th turnover of the day.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where it didn't look good from the very beginning, and Jaden could not find the football, get the handle on it. And just like that, we've got the ability to see without sun in our eyes, and he didn't have any sun in his eyes and couldn't quite see that one.
Robinson back to receive.
Lefty punter Gabriel Bainas out to kick it away. Only his 2nd punt of the day. Compare that to 9 for Miles College. And it's fielded right at midfield by Anthony Robinson, the Golden Bears wide receiver. So Albany State looking to pitch another shutout. It'd be their 6th of the season. This is their 11th game.
Bainas did a really nice job, though. Wow.
Yeah, right. I mean, you want to say something.
Because when I saw when I saw that earlier, I was like, no, there's no way. And then, yes, it is. I mean, they have just played dominant football down the stretch. I mean, it is incredible at this level, in any level of football, to have that many shutouts.
I'm sorry, it would be their 7th shutout of the season. There it is. I shortchanged them. Bottom line is their defense is really good. As Newell throws a pass that's a little too hot for his tight end, DeAndre Harvey.
You asked me earlier when we were at breakfast that I ever have a game where we had to come back and beat a team, and it brought me back to 92 when I was in the league. We lost to Buffalo early in the year, 38-0. We ended up playing them, and we were 4-7. Ended up beating them. I had like 9 catches for 100-something yards.
Who's counting?
I'm not counting. But we ended up beating them, and then we ended up on a tear after that because we had lost 4 straight before. Ended up almost making it to the playoffs in 92. Missed it by a game. But it was just interesting when you think about that. This Albany State team said, no, we're not going to let you come back this time and beat us at all. And it just kind of had me thinking that had I ever been on a team where we had got throttled and then came back later, and that was the one time.
Newell's pass there incomplete, trying to find Jay Andrews. And, you know, it's interesting, Buck, because these teams played earlier in the season. It was 31-3. Albany State really demolished Miles College here in Fairfield. But the same kind of thing happened back in 2018. The Golden Rams beat the Golden Bears in the regular season. Then Miles got some revenge in the SIAC Championship. Not going to happen today against ASU.
Well, that's what made me think coming into the game was how well Miles College had been playing down the stretch. They had guys healthy. They were coming back. But they just haven't been able to make these plays where Albany State almost with another turnover there.
Jaree Turner almost brings it in, and that's 3 straight passes for Newell that hit his receivers in the hands.
Yeah, Ocala, Florida. You can only do so much. That was not on him, that drive. He gave every opportunity to his receivers to make plays. And sometimes when you get in this kind of game, and instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to keep fighting, you lose your focus. I'm not saying they've given up. Just your focus on the game has drifted, and that's the key. Can they hold on for 13 more minutes and really battle through that?
10th punt for Jay Fitch today. Uh-oh, not the 10th punt. Pump fake and the scramble. Wow, blown up by Malik Barnes. And that's an exclamation point for the dirty blue Albany State defense.
Well, the problem for Jay is that he was trying, but his offensive line or the guys up front kind of stopped. And when you stop, it allows Malik Barnes to come and blow you up. He wants to find someone, and you can see his line trying to stay there. But the minute he goes, see, guys are kind of just standing around. Malik Barnes isn't standing around. Stephon Pierre isn't standing around. Woo!
Yeah, that's a bit of a mismatch. Barnes against the punter meeting in the hole. Barnes came in leading the team in tackles for loss and sacks, and he's been a menace today.
Like Mr. T said in that Rocky fight, what's the prediction? Pain. That was a little pain right there that was given to Fitch. Woo!
Keep it on the ground with Torrey Sapp Jr. Does Albany State. And I pity the fish there.
I like it. Well, the thing is, this game clearly, unless something dramatic happens where Miles College can come back, their defense was battling early, and their offense never could catch up. And that happens sometimes, and you get in those kind of games. I've been there when you've been in games, and you got to smile like, man, we get our butts kicked so bad. But look, I'm gonna have fun. Kadarius Roberts out of Bessemer, Alabama said, look, I'm gonna finish this game strong. I'm gonna laugh a little bit because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And you can't be happy, but you just got to smile and look at the score like, okay, all right.
Right. Another carry for Sapp Jr. brings up 3rd down and medium for Albany State.
And you said it best. These teams both have a lot of healthy respect for each other. Sometimes the other team has your number. And they've had a lot of people's numbers this year. I think, to your point, if they're given an opportunity to get into the D2 championship round, there's going to be a lot of people not wanting to play this ball club. I'm just going to tell you that now.
28 teams make the playoffs. Albany State in every poll is inside the top 20 right now. Sapp gets another handoff around the left side and dives forward for the 1st down. And, Buck, they're number 18 right now in the American Football Coaches Association polls. There is a flag on the field right by the line of scrimmage, so this one could be coming back. I'm trying to find 17 teams better than Albany State.
Not just statistically, but when you look at what they have.
Offense, number 75, 10-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And I agree with you. I can't say I've watched every Division II game this year, but I've watched enough football. This team is pretty darn good.
By the way, that hold against Josh Simon, the left tackle, is Albany State's first penalty today.
They play clean football. They play aggressive football. They fly to the ball, and they have some guys that can make plays. And I think that's, sometimes when you look at it, you want to be in a position where you can play for win this championship for the league, but also contend for a Division II championship.
There's a sack for Miles, and Kadarius Roberts still having some fun out there.
Balling. Looks like he's shooting the free throw. Told you he had a big man touchdown last week. He's still not. He's going to still battle, and I think that's what all these guys. Every one of these guys on Miles College's college team has fought. It's just they're not getting it done today, and sometimes you have those games. I feel bad for them.
Baenis back out there to punt. Back-to-back plays for Albany State's offense. Their first penalty and their first sack allowed of the day. Tells you how clean they've been playing aside from the 3 turnovers. That bounces off a Golden Rams back. And Miles will get it back. Down 31-0. Golden Rams looking to lock down an SIAC championship.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
At Skill, innovation has always powered us. And now Skill runs on advanced lithium battery technology with 5-minute recharging, powering your tools and your tech. Skill, what powers you?
Just about 10 minutes to play here in the SIAC Championship in 2021. It's all but a formality as Albany State looking to salt away a 31-0 victory over their rivals Miles College, who's beaten them in the past 2 SIAC championships. Rams have flipped the script in a big way today here in Fairfield. Miles back on offense with the starting quarterback Claude Newell. The give goes to the reserve running back Zadarius Keys.
Yeah, and I think the big thing, if you're Miles College, you just say, okay, how can we score against these guys? Because that's kind of been their thing, right? Keeping you out of the end zone. That's the one thing you can say, okay, they didn't shut us out. There's no moral victories and, any of those things, but just got to find a way to get something positive to finish this ball game.
Keys on the ground again, and he's blasted around the left edge by Jalen Mitchell.
And they had some guys that'll come down in the alley.
Yeah.
they will come down, and they give themselves up, and it doesn't matter. Jalen Mitchell started 10 yards away and just flew down there. I thought they were going to pick up about 5-6 yards. Nuh-uh.
I think they've got a good physics program at Albany State because these guys clearly understand momentum and inertia. And when you've got a speeding bullet that meets a running back in the hole, it's bad news for the offense. On the ground again with Keys right up the middle. He's going to be a few yards short of the first down, twisted down by Malachi Brown for Albany State.
There's something about the physicality and the violence that they bring. But then when the play is over, calm. And I think part of that is Stephon Pierre was, tugging at his shoulder. They play tough. And they force you to match that intensity level. If you don't, you're in the situation where you're struggling to figure out ways to beat them. You see the total rush yards there.
158 for Albany State, just 15 for Miles. It's a Golden Bears offense that averages above 200 rush yards per game. Fitch's punt goes out of bounds. Now, Buck, what makes this Albany State defense so good?
Basically, they play fast. They don't think about what they're doing. They put them in position. And I think the other thing is they keep it simple so you can fly to the ball. You don't see a whole lot of movement before. They'll do some different things. But when it comes time, they go. And they go full speed. And, I think that's the one thing when you teach kids at a young age, okay, is it about the scheme or about my effort? Everybody on that defense brings effort, so it makes up the difference. And always 4, 5, 6, 7 hats to the ball. That's why they're so good. And they sell out for each other. I mean, that's just plain and simple. It's not the scheme, but it allows them to just play fast and furious, and they consistently do it. When you watch tape, that's what you see. You don't ever see them sitting back. You don't ever see them, kind of thinking. I see them coming full speed every single time. And there's multiple guys doing it, too.
Yeah, that's Malik Pierce, the running back on the carry for Albany State. We got to look at number 30, Stephon Pierre. He's their leader, leads the league in tackles. But you're right, Buck. It's a lot of guys on that defense that make a big difference.
When you talk to offensive coaches like I did last night, and they can tell me they don't always know names, but they can say number 0, number 7, number 1 who's out, 30 who's there. Then they start like, well, man, everybody on the team.
Right.
We saw James Hawkins today. Whatever your responsibility is, you show up, and you show up with a ferocity. And I think that's why this team plays so well. And it's not a fluke that they've done it consistently all season long. And then, oh, by the way, we play with a heavy heart because Adonis Butler, our comrade, is no longer here with us, but he's here in spirit. Those are the kind of things that just kind of meld together. It was interesting talking to them about relationships, and that's so true. I can go back to my college days and think about, all the things that the guys that you spent time with, or when you play because of all the hard work that you had to go through together. It's a common bond that you have. Football is a hard sport, man, but it's a great sport if you can do it.
Big stop there for Kadarian Jones, D lineman for Miles College. One of the mantras here for Albany State is they love each other.
Yeah.
LEO, it's simple, and it's one you hear a lot in football, but they certainly do. You see the number 57 on the back of their helmet. They say that, Adonis Butler might not be here physically, but some guys say they still talk with him every day. He's here spiritually.
Yeah.
And Coach G said, the question, why did this happen, is the wrong question. The right question is, what is our response going to be? How can they honor Adonis? Big stop in the backfield for Miles by Jalen Thomas. How can they honor Adonis? And how can they live like he lived? Because he's a guy who was always smiling and everyone really loved him.
And I think Miles College also is a team that you talk about flying to the football, understanding, it's one of those situations when you play a team so much you get to know them inside out and there's a healthy dose of respect. You want to knock their block off, but when the game is over, you walk over and you congratulate each other. And I think they both know, we talked to Coach Ruffin before about, his losses, his losing his wife and one of his coaches. And he understood, and it was almost something that you could sense. He understands what they're kind of going through. Big man, get the ball. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a game to be played, and it's allowing you and both teams to really come out and battle each other and compete, because that's the sign of respect when you come out and compete at your highest level.
Coach G sends out the punt team on 4th down and 15. He talked a lot about Coach Ruffin, and he was asked, are you going to tell Coach Ruffin to give you the crown, if you win the SIAC championship? And he said, I don't think he's going to give it to me, but I don't want him to give it to me, right?
I got to take it.
He wants to take it from him.
Yeah.
3 straight punts for ASU. 4th punt of the night. Golden Rams cruising to an SIAC championship here in Fairfield.
Okay, Davey, good game. Gonna be on tonight? Yeah, definitely. Cool, see you later. Pass it! Yes! You wanna play one more after this?
Yeah, one more. Got him! Yeah!
Oi! Keep it down!
No, you keep it down!
Sorry, neighbors.
I can't stand mine either.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and extra trips. Job site delivery frees you up to focus on the task at hand. And if you don't want to buy equipment, you can rent it. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Miles College has owned the SIAC for the past 2 years. Albany State has come into Fairfield and is going to take that trophy back with them to Georgia as the Golden Bears are back on offense. They keep it on the ground with Brandon Hicks, the freshman running back out of Quitman, Mississippi. Quitman, Georgia, check that. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon Hicks has a little bit of time this season, getting an opportunity to run the football a little bit.
Claude Newell, the starting quarterback, is still out there. Gives it back to Nix.
Well, I think also, too, Claude hasn't had a lot of football. This is his truly first year starting. And I think he's going to get better. This is a young team. I think if you look at it, both ball clubs have a lot of experience that looks like they're younger in age. And it's going to be interesting to see how much they battle against each other over the next few years for this championship.
And remember, no one played at all last year. Miles came in and got banged up in the first couple games of the season as a flag flies in pre-snap.
Yeah, I think that talking to both coaching staffs about that is just always amazing how they've been able to work through the pandemic.
Offside defense with contact, number 97. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
Because it's an interesting balance of, making sure everybody stays healthy and you're worried about people's health, but also getting on the field. So it was so many different factors and how they had to do it, which was so much different when you don't have the funds that the upper divisions have as well. Guys out of shape, so when they come back, how do you get them in shape? They're not around the program. That's what the big schools could do. They could keep everybody contained, so to speak. But again, This defense, man.
They fly to it. That's Brandon Hicks on the carry.
Yeah,
First down.
It doesn't matter who comes in the game. We've got some backups now. They just, okay. The DNA is we just come and hit you.
Big hit from Jaquez Williams.
They just say, okay, I'm getting a chance now. If these other guys can do it, I'm going to show you how. You need an alley guy. The safeties have to be mean and nasty, and their safeties don't mind coming up, laying some hat. Played with a couple of them at UCLA, boy. James Washington first, and then Eric Turner, the late, great Eric Turner, could just, he would annihilate people. I got him in practice a few times, but I can remember one of the first times he hit me, and then Mark Carrier and Cleveland Coulter at USC. I got to give them some credit, but I'd never give them credit until we, retired. And when I got to the league, there were a couple of guys, boy, that on my own teams that would just hit you. And you come on, Gene Atkins. Yeah. Why are you doing that, man?
You don't want to go over the middle in practice,
no,
do you?
I'll go over the middle, but I'm just saying, okay, I know I'm going to have to hit this guy back, and then we're going to fight all day. That's just what it would be. I was never scared. I just knew it was going to happen. Tell the quarterback. Luckily, I had a quarterback that would get it to you so you could catch it and run. If you had a bad quarterback, he lays you out and your ribs are exposed and everything else.
Right.
You're like, bro, get it down. Get it down. Henry Jones hit me so hard with the Buffalo Bills in that game that I had a great game. Busted my jaw. I had to get stitches, and I'm like, I'm not coming out this game.
Right.
And I told Henry's like, I thought I'd knock you out. I said, no, I'm gonna try to get you for that. The rest of the game, we were fighting each other every time. So, yeah, I'm a little crazy like that.
That's how football players are built. Yeah. And the Albany State defense just keeps on coming. Yeah. Anthony McGrady is in there first against Hicks, brings up fourth down.
They say all football players are crazy. The loose screws are on defense. Offensively, we think we're a little smarter, but sometimes you just got to get like crazy because those guys, they don't care, man. They will just come after you. And Coach G is trying to, they got Coach Kelly, they're trying to get all the coaches on the sideline with water.
Coach G is drenched. He's got his Gatorade bath. I got to give credit to Albany State. I think they give out more Coach Gatorade baths than any program I've ever seen.
You got one of their assistant coaches, I think it's Kelly, but he ran all the way down almost to the field house to get away from a water bath. Oh, man.
And that is a fitting cap for Albany State's defense to blow up a run in the backfield. Now, Coach G, how often do you see a guy who's drenched in Gatorade after his Gatorade shower screaming at his defense?
That's him. Oh, that's good. Good end to the season so far. If they don't, I think they, if they get into the Division II championship round, playoffs, this team has a real good chance. I don't know if they'll get there, but, boy, they've had a heck of a season.
And maybe Nick Saban is the only other guy who's like that. And, by the way, Coach G coached on Nick Saban's staff at Alabama.
Yeah, don't leave anything to chance. Yeah, look at him. He's going to coach to the very end.
He looks like he's ready to go in and play. Strap him up with some pads. He's ready to go.
I always say Victory Neal is the best play in football, but Coach G is not. He doesn't even want to wait on that. He wants to wait till it's over.
Finally, a little smile, a little relief for Albany State, which has been the best team in the SIAC all season long. The Golden Rams move to a 10-1 overall and 8-0 in conference play, with a very convincing win on the road against Miles College in the SIAC Championship. And the Golden Rams have their first championship in this league since 2013.
I'm Nadine, and this is my real Ring alarm story. I got the 5-piece kit and it was so easy to set up. I did it myself in minutes.
Away and armed.
Then one day, this guy tries to break into my house. The motion sensor in the living room saw him and set off the crazy loud siren. Ring called me right away.
This is Jordan with Ring Alarm Monitoring. I'll send the police right over.
When it mattered, Ring Alarm helped protect my home from a break-in.
Protect your home with Ring Alarm. Shop deals this holiday season at ring.com.
Okay, Davey, good game. You gonna be on tonight? Yeah, definitely. Cool, see you later. Pass it! Pass it! Yes! You wanna play one more after this?
Yeah, one more. Got him! Oi! Keep it down! No, you keep it down!
Sorry, neighbors.
I can't stand mine either.
Is the final score. Albany State comes into Fairfield, puts it on Miles College, and takes the SIAC Championship trophy, which has resided here for the past 3 years. They'll put it on the bus and take it back to Albany, Georgia. And let's show you how we got to that final score. In the first half, the Golden Rams offense, not known as a quick strike unit, but they did it early on.
Folks able to run the ball effectively right away. 2 or 3 plays into it, and then getting in for 6. That offensive line protected and allowed guys like Shorter to go down the field with a huge catch, get down inside scoring position, and folks, actually Cam Ward that time coming away with 6.
Deontay Banu was slinging it too. He dropped that dime earlier, saw to Joe Shorter. That time, though, he's intercepted. But, you know, Miles forces 3 turnovers in the first half, Buck, and they can't do anything with them.
Yeah, they get another one. That was one of them.
Andrew
They still can't score, and the problem was they could not protect at all. Cam Ward giving the ball up there. But like you said, this is what they were able to do. Their defense answered. And one in particular, Brendan Manuel, always around the football in that first quarter.
Albany State calls their defense the Dirty Blue defense. They had 4 sacks in the first half, kept it up in the second, and led to points.
Yeah, then it allowed guys to make plays and get around the football and do some things. And then this is a nice touchdown catch by Tyree Taylor. But then Isaiah McCray with a strong run on the inside, finding a way, as a former walk-on, mind you, to give the crowd a kiss.
Yeah, the walk-on walks in backwards to the end zone. That's got to be a good feeling. And there's a lot of mutual respect between these coaches. Gabe Gardenia wins his first SIAC championship as head coach of Albany State. It's their program's first since 2013, a proud program with a lot of history. And they win their 16th championship and their first one in nearly a decade, and they do it in emphatic fashion. So that's all for us from Fairfield. It was light when we started at kickoff. It got dark by the end as Albany State turned the lights off on Miles College and their reign of terror in the SIAC. Golden Bears had owned that SIAC trophy for the past 3 years, and the Golden Rams say we're the real golden team today. 31-0. Never in doubt for Albany State. They're 10-1. And we expect to see them in the Division II NCAA football playoffs. So for our entire ESPN crew, my great partner Charles Arbuckle, I'm Drew Carter signing off from the Birmingham area. Final score today, ASU crushes Miles College 31-0.